Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling who ain't got more healing, Charity.
I hate you. Hashtag go to Tiefling.
Adam, playing the thief beyond all belief, Burbage Kemp.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Lena, playing the warrior who likes it a bit gorier, Stormbringer.
Jesus.
Yeah, hi.
And Jay, playing the darkest elf himself, Vimeris. Slow clap.
That was a slow clap.
That was pretty awesome.
Okay. Welcome, one and all. Who wants to save their friends? I know I do. Well, shut up, you lot. First, there's a couple announcements.
Rude.
Right? Saturday at 7 Eastern Standard Time, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific, is our main stream for Goats and Dragons, the D&D stream that we are currently listening to. And the rerun of last week's episode will be on the following Friday. You can also see all of our archive on YouTube under Helpful Goat Gaming. Just start searching for Goats and Dragons and we'll be in there somewhere. So thank you so much to those who follow the channel. We really appreciate the support. If you like what you're seeing, tell your friends, give us a tweet, poke all the like buttons, smush all the follow buttons.
Oh, God.
Give us an Instagram or two, but not 3, because that's too many Instagrams. But yes, most of the social medias do those. And Adam would like me to announce that we're streaming tonight at 7 Eastern Standard Time, which is 3 minutes ago. Thanks, Adam, for your helpful support in today's announcements.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, thank you.
And one more announcement. Funtastic Games is a local game store in Lafayette, Colorado. They are closing their doors, and everything is 40 to 60% off that's left in their store. They don't have a ton left, but there are a lot of really good board games out there that they still have. So if you're in the Colorado area, kind of Louisville, Lafayette area, stop by Funtastic Games and give them a little help as they're closing their doors, which is always a sad thing to hear. But
yeah, I just saw that on Facebook, Andy, and that's really saddening to me because I used to go to Funtastic all the time.
Great.
It's where I bought Eldritch Horror.
Ooh, always a fun one.
And a bunch of other games. Yeah, it's a cool place. So check it out, everybody.
Oh, thanks, Adam. All right.
You know what? I'm just trying to be natural and friendly.
You did great.
Last time.
Yeah, it was great.
Last time.
I believed it.
I can also see all of your hit points right now in all of your characters, and they're all
It's not great.
very low.
It's not
Yeah,
great.
we're kind of a hot mess.
Kind of a hot mess. Anyway,
Whose fault is that? Andy.
is it mine? I love
Yes,
it.
that's the implication.
I love
That would be. Yeah.
I love it so much. All right.
Oh,
So-
God.
Previously on Goats and Dragons, Ponway, a high priest of Ryn, asked the party to retrieve a specific plant from a mysterious and incredibly dangerous island. However, some mysterious individuals within the city of Federo do not want the group associated with Ponway. They made this point clear when they kidnapped the family that Charity was staying with and threatened them by leaving a simple note: "Stay away from Ponway." Today, the group got up early and found a new home for the baby owlbears that they had saved from a sinking ship the day before. After this, they enjoyed a soak in the nearby bathhouse, meeting a rather large tabaxi man with white fur and black stripes. They then went looking for an herbalist by the name of Bartleby Waxworth and found him infirmed. When Charity insisted on seeing him, he opened the door and let them in to examine Charity some more. Waxworth from this deduced that Charity was suffering from a simple yet powerful fungal toxin, and that he indeed had a cure, but it was in his basement, which was being occupied by large, mosquito-like, fleshy creatures called Sturge. Sturge, Vimeris pointed out, were easily dispatchable, though only really dangerous in large numbers. Luckily, there was probably only one down there. In the basement, the group proceeded to hack and slash at so many Sturge that kept coming up from the gaping hole in the floor. Finally, after the use of every resource they had, the party lived through the onslaught, and Stormbringer began patching the hole in the floor as Vimeris and Charity went looking for the cactus that Waxworth needed in order to make an antidote. Burbage watched as Stormbringer started to point out something in the hole that she had just covered, and then she stood up straight and walked back toward the group. It was then, though, as she passed by him saying nothing, that he saw a vacancy in her eyes. Stormbringer looked off. She then began to try to get the others to stay and help be by the hole. She became obsessed with the hole, and when she was pressed about this, she took off running toward it as fast as she could, leaping over barrels and sacks of dried vegetables, tearing off the wooden planks as the others tried to will and coax and even trick her back from the edge. However, in the dim light of several torches, they watched helplessly as Stormbringer began to climb down into the pit, her eyes revealing a separate desire than the actions of her body. Now, Stormbringer, as you slip your gaze just below the surface, the last thing you see is the image of your friends, your new tribe as you described it, running toward you. You feel something pull at your consciousness. And would everyone else hop off for just a moment as we begin tonight's episode?
Hooray!
Oh, God.
Be
All
back
right.
soon, everyone.
BRB.
All right. Are we alone? Bum, 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 bum.
I think so.
All right. Stormbringer, you are somewhere that feels a bit familiar, but is incredibly dark. You are chained from all sides. You cannot hear anything. You cannot see anything in this what you assume is a vast and dark room. It is very, very difficult to make out any definition around you, except for the chains that are holding you in place. You also feel a presence approaching from somewhere very, very far off in the distance. And they're slowly, slowly walking up. And suddenly there's a voice. And it's a voice that feels familiar to you. And for a second, you can't quite place it. And it says, Vithi, Stormbringer Nola Kulain. There is something in you. Something that is awakening. there is something that your mother could not awaken. Something your sister could not awaken. Nor was it something that I could awaken. And it clicks for you. This is the voice of your father. A voice you only heard at a very, very young age. But somehow deep in your consciousness, it stuck with you. And it asks again, do you know what I am referring to?
So I'm a little freaked out, but I guess I'm gonna kind of pull against the chains while I talk to him and see if I can.
They are tight. You don't know if you don't know if you could break them if you had much greater strength or something, but it is they are holding you back definitely at the moment. And now you feel like you can almost, in the blackness, make out a slightly darker shape in the blackness.
Does it look Goliath-sized?
It does.
Okay. Dad, you're supposed to be dead. They told me you were dead.
Is death a thing, Stormbringer?
Well, no, death's not a thing. I learned that, but it's still, when you're dead, even though it's not a thing, you shouldn't be able to walk around anymore.
Oh, I'm not walking around anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Do you know where you are?
No. I mean, I climbed down a hole, and now I'm here, and I don't know how I got here.
That is slightly off. You are still climbing down that hole. This is some place within you. You feel at times there is a greater power welling up inside of you. Yes.
Yeah,
Something
definitely.
you may release at times, correct?
Yeah, the storm. The storm wells up inside of me.
This, and you can see the figure kind of motioning around him. This is that place from which you release that part of you. Vithi Stormbringer Nola Kulain, you have a choice before you. You may choose, and he waves his arm sort of to the left of him. You may choose the coldness of your past, the chilled embrace of the mountains, the snows of those you have previously left behind. Or you may also accept the new place that you have found, the new tribe that you have made in the hot sands of the desert. You may accept this, or perhaps even the wandering oceans, the seas that yet call to you, your future, the tribe that you have not yet embraced. Do you understand this choice?
Kind of.
There is a power in you that you are slowly embracing. Choose one of these, the tundra, the
But
desert, the seas.
If I choose one of them, then what about the others? What about the other tribes? What about my old tribe? And what about my current tribe? And what about my future tribe?
We all make choices, all of the time. Most of our choices will deny the other paths. This one would not. To embrace the storm is to delight in the moment, the power that you get from the memories, from the thoughts, from your new acceptance of the world.
If it won't make it so that I can't be with my tribe anymore, any of my tribes, then I'll choose the sea. I want to see what's in the sea. It's totally new, and I'm curious.
Interesting. The light around the ice has gone out. The light around the fire has gone out. And the figure approaches a little closer, though again, still black, still cut out. Then release yourself from your chains and embrace the sea. Touch the water, Vithi Stormbringer. I believe in you.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of try to jerk at the chains again.
They are still holding you tight, though. You feel that if you really wanted to, you could try to make a strength check to break free.
Alright, I'll try that.
Please do.
Well,
Voice
I just
calls
can't
out
roll.
again. Vithi Stormbringer Nola Kulain, you have to try harder. You must gather your strength and will yourself into the storm.
I am trying. I say jerking at the chains again.
Give me
I'm
another
obviously
strength check.
trying. Wow. Maybe I'm not actually trying.
This one, you're straining against the chains. It seems impossible for you to bend or break them. It's now slightly cutting into your wrists, your arms, your chest. And you feel the presence now directly behind you. And it puts a hand on your shoulder, and you sort of try to strain your neck to look, but even your head, you realize, is chained and not forced. Summon all of your strength from the deepest parts of you. Break free of these restraints like your mother could not, like your sister could not, like I could not. Only those deep within our ancestors have been able to do such a thing. You must now do this, or I cannot tell you what will happen to you. I believe in you, and with that you feel a surge and a rage and a power that you've never quite felt before. This is a bonus rage for you. You can now make a strength check again with advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna give kind of like a primal scream that mostly you just understand the word storm somewhere in there.
All right. Excellent. With that, you are able to break free of all of the chains. They no longer have any bearing on you, and you are free to move around as the chains lay in the middle of this vast, dark cavern. If you would like, you feel like you could walk up and just touch or even accept the water in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk up and kind of hesitantly reach out to it.
Excellent. You feel an excited energy from it coursing through you. You feel an electricity being summoned within your hands. Your eyes tend to spark now in front of your vision. And with that, let's bring the others back.
Okay.
Hello, others.
That felt not great.
Hi.
Hello?
So, how do you do?
So, what would the others like to be doing as Stormbringer descends very slowly into the pit?
Probably running as fast as I can towards the pit.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me 30 feet so far to everyone who's running toward the pit.
30 or 60?
Start with 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll...
Can I see her at all?
You cannot. She just
Okay,
went
yeah.
below the surface. Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna keep moving closer
All right.
and closer until I get sight.
From the pit, you hear first sort of a gnarled voice that seems to be beckoning Stormbringer. It's come down to us. Come, one of many.
Vimeris is like moving his lights and he's like, what the hell? What the hell?
All right. Yeah, you're starting to move your lights around. From your vantage point again, she has now disappeared completely into the darkness. Go ahead and move another 30 feet or do another action, if you will.
Vimeris is gonna kind of just shout, guys, what's the plan?
I'm gonna keep using my thaumaturgy enhanced voice to shout, Stormbringer, come back, please.
All right. So far, there is simply silence.
I don't know if this is helpful at all, but I wonder if, and I don't know if this is a question for Andy or Lena. I don't really know, but like Stormbringer and Burbage were just drinking at the tavern,
Yes.
like before this, and I'm wondering if was there any chance that she might have mentioned to Burbage while they were drinking and palling around, she might have mentioned the thing about feeling like this is her tribe now, or something that might have suggested that. But
Yes, Stormbringer. Is that something that?
Yeah,
would
if
come
we
up?
were if we were talking about the group at all, I absolutely would have said that. Stormbringer doesn't really hide things generally.
if that's the case, then I think Burbage is gonna go kind of like just take a stab in the dark here and like yell out something along the lines of Stormbringer, come back up and join your tribe. We're up here waiting for you. We need you. Or something like that.
All right. Yeah.
And, does it work?
Vimeris and Charity. Oh, it's kind of all at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you doing
Vimeris waits like just a second, and when there isn't like an immediate response, he shouts, I'll tell you about my past!
And Charity?
We still need your help, is what's going to sort of boom out.
All right. And feel free to move a little closer, then about another 30 feet or so.
Each square is 5, right?
Yeah, yeah. So as you're rushing up to the hole, there is a gigantic crack of lightning shooting upward from the hole. A crackling just in the air around you, almost to the point where you've gone slightly blind and deaf for just a second.
What else is new?
Stormbringer, go ahead and make one more attempt at this wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Please something good.
All right.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yes.
Does that
wow.
reroll with advantage?
No, it'll just be one more roll.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Stormbringer, you look up to see your friends then coming up to the edge of the hole. You have climbed down about 15 feet into just darkness. You cannot see anything down here, but you hear some skittering and lots of sort of light footsteps below you. You believe that you were taken over by something that wants you very badly to come down toward it. But you've now broken free of that control, and you feel if you needed to, you could climb back up. Or, of course, you could go down and face whatever this is.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start climbing back out like my life depends on it.
All right, give me a strength check with advantage, because you are currently raging.
And that's a strength check?
It's an athletics check.
Athletics,
I guess.
okay.
Yeah. With advantage is fine. Very good. You climb up these ancient roots and start to get back to the foundations of the basement and of the house. And just as you crest the edge of this, you feel something tug at your foot, and it sort of begins to drag you down for just a second. You're pretty sure your friends could help you up the rest of the way if you needed to.
Okay, I'm gonna call out, something's grabbing me, help me out.
Can one of you guys reach her, or I have
she's
rope.
just-
I could toss her
No,
some
she's
rope.
at the very top now. She's
Okay.
starting to climb out of the pit
Okay,
when
yeah.
something has grabbed her.
So I can see her clearly, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to tell me if this is possible. I want to sacred flame exactly where something would need to be grabbing her.
Okay. So almost, yeah, technically kind of in this square, but just downward.
Yeah, like basically go down the 5 feet. So it's not
Yeah.
on her, but that's where sacred flame is going to appear.
Excellent. Let me roll that.
There's the actual, spell roll.
You're good. Yeah. Okay. So, so is someone helping her out while that's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
So Vimeris
Grab her
and Burbage, yeah,
arms.
you each grab, and you're not doing a ton to help her up, but you're absolutely giving her that last little push, the last few minutes there,
good.
that last few seconds, and you're pretty sure you did strike something, Charity. It squeals, and you almost see like a small little tentacle seem to whip away from her foot again, down into the deep, deep darkness of this hole.
Do I see it and do I recognize it?
No, you
Okay.
don't see it. No
I
one
don't see
recognizes it.
Okay.
Well, that seems to be that.
Okay, I'm gonna scoot away from the edge of the pit.
Excellent.
Something was trying to make me go down there, you guys. Thank you for helping me. I didn't want to go. You're my family now.
Aww.
You're our family too, Stormbringer.
Vimeris looks away and kind of scoffs.
Excellent.
Guys, a basement in a basement.
And it fits that every basement level gets worse.
Terrible.
We should get away from this pit. I don't know what that was, but I don't know if it can do what it did to me to one of you.
Okay.
Should we
Yeah.
cover up the hole again before we leave?
Do I see anything around us that we could use to cover it?
You could pull some of the barrels over toward it.
Oh, that sounds like work.
Covering up the hole is also, I think, when it started possessing me last time, or whatever it was doing.
True.
So maybe we just leave the hole
Yeah, let's just
and get someone to come back here with explosives.
Guys, maybe it's just hungry. Maybe we could throw these mushrooms or whatever down there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it wanted with me. I don't know if it wanted
Let's-
to eat me.
I think that perhaps we should go for now.
All right, yeah, let's just
I
get out
agree.
of here. Is there any way out of here that doesn't involve climbing over these sacks?
Yeah, if you go
Through the middle
down
kind of does as
further.
well.
Yeah. You don't have to climb over them. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Vimeris kind of looks at the stone and he ignores it.
Okay.
Carry the cactus.
Remember not to get poked or pricked by the cactus.
Yeah.
Gotta carry it very carefully.
In Stormbringer, you the bits of lightning that seem to be flashing off of you, you have dissipated as you've walked now over here.
Okay.
You're much more calm again, much more contemplative of what just happened.
Did you guys see that lightning?
Yeah!
It's the storm.
That's more literal than the obscenity that it appeared to be on the docks.
Huh?
Last time when you said you were summoning the storm, the first time when we fought on the docks with Milo, the storm just seemed to be you swearing a lot. That's much
that
more of
doesn't
an
make any
actual
sense,
storm.
Charity. Charity, you're a good Charity, but maybe you shouldn't do the thinking so much. And I pat Charity on the head.
She's got a point.
She is not wrong.
Okay, can we just get this cactus upstairs? I'm very
Yeah, let's get out of
tired.
here.
All right. Who's carrying the cactus?
If it's heavy at
I
all,
thought you had this.
It's what? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's awkward. It takes about 2 people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Vimeris and I had been carrying it before. I'll
Okay.
keep
that's
carrying
probably a
it.
good idea. You guys are, close in height.
And everyone is heading upstairs?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. All right. We are back in the main part of Vaxford's herbalism. He is very excited to see you again as you open the door and bring the cactus up. Though his excitement is stopped by seeing all of the gashes and wounds and holes that each of you have in your body.
One might have been a slight underestimation.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed, it was. I'm so sorry. I did not mean for such horrible things to happen to you. But you've gotten the cactus and you have effectively saved your life. Bring it here. Bring it here.
Inciting the he didn't mean for that to happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seems about right. Who would want that to happen? That seems ridiculous. Well, bring it over. Bring it over. And he clears a place over on his table that seems to be sort of strewn with teapots and unwashed dishes. And he moves over aside and he pulls up a chair then and says, "Sit, Charity. You sit right here, and I will prepare the antidote."
How does this cactus produce the antidote?
Well, part of it is the needles themselves. And he very carefully then plucks one of them off and takes a knife, chops off the tip of it. And you notice he sort of looks through it. It's a hollow needle that he has used here. He then pushes it into the cactus further, and a small sort of blue liquid drips out of the end of it. He takes that and he brings that over to his small fire. He seems to be adding a couple more things that he has on his tiny workbench by the fire, and then lets it boil in almost a small sort of mortar and pestle dish. And he brings it back over, and it's now sort of a very light liquid, a very, very light green sort of liquid. And he's using the needle again to sort of dip into it. And then he says, "Give me your arm, Charity. Just your arm for just a minute, please."
And this should fix the problem with the fungus?
Yes. I'm afraid it is very, very bad, and you need this.
Oh, good.
Yes. He 100% believes that this will fix the fungal infection.
Okay.
There's something he's not saying, and you, that's it. There's something he's not telling you, though that is completely 100% true.
Okay.
You don't feel it's malicious, though. You feel it's more tricky, if that makes sense.
The thing he's not telling me is not because he has
Yes.
malice for me, or it's not to harm me. It's more he's just not disclosing something.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, okay.
So you produce your arm, and you learn very quickly what the tricky part was. He grabs your arm and jerks you forward toward him as he plunges the needle into your chest. And there is an immediate, terrible pain sensation.
Pain sensation.
a terrible pain through there, as you can tell it pierces rib cage even. And for a second you inhale such a gigantic breath. You didn't even know that your breath had been constricted over these last couple days to the point where it was getting hard to breathe. It was happening so slowly. And now all of a sudden you feel very, very warm as the liquid that was in the needle seems to disperse very quickly, as he probably punctured your lung a bit. He jerks it back out and says, "I am so sorry for the deception, but I didn't think you would let me plunge it into your chest. But that was what was needed to cure you of such a horrible, yet simple, and sometimes very elegant disease."
Ow.
Does Charity look upset?
Ow. Actually, I don't especially look upset. I more just look like goody, more stabbing.
Okay.
Hasn't been enough of that already. Actually, I don't look entirely surprised, even. I kind of figured that might be one of the things that needed to happen vis-a-vis needle, considering it was a lung ailment. So given Charity's medical training, I'm not sure he would have been like, "Oh, this is unthinkable that this would happen."
Sure. Yeah.
More just like, okay, really tired of getting stabbed today. I am going to say to him, so in your basement, there was
Yes.
a large hole?
Oh, well, it has gotten larger. It was only about probably a foot or so. It's a back
No, it's a
corner.
lot bigger than that.
It's much bigger, and you need
Oh.
to get it patched.
Yeah, get an exterminator out here or
Oh,
something.
certainly.
Uh,
Oh, yes.
And by patched, I possibly mean pour boiling oil down it. Lot of boiling oil, and then
Oh.
patch it.
Or a bomb, maybe.
There are still things down there.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
it's maybe, I don't know, do it with your eyes closed or something. There's
Oh,
something
that's-
down there that maybe might try to get you to go in the pit.
While this is going on, Vimeris is looking out the window and he's just, checking. Does he see any guards coming?
He does not.
Okay.
Doesn't see any guards right away. You can give me a perception check, though.
Okay.
Ooh. Over by the leaky ferret, you do see what appears to be a lizard person with a large hood over their face. You can really only tell they're a lizard person because of their tail, and they seem to be watching very purposefully the river, but glancing very carefully in the direction of this place at the same time.
So they're almost like conspicuously watching the
They're
river?
trying to conceal that they're looking at you guys, or that they're looking at this place. Yeah.
Guys, I think somebody is waiting for us.
Hooray!
Oh, like a friend? Someone friendly?
I don't recognize them.
I'm gonna go to the window and look. Also, do I recognize this person?
Andy,
Yeah.
What a good time to crash.
did you hear Adam?
Oh, say that one more time. I'm sorry. You recognize this person? Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
you
I
were
went
just talking to yourself.
No, I no, I wasn't. I wasn't talking to him.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I go to the window and I'd like to check out this lizard person that Vimera sees.
Right.
And,
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I recognize him at
You-
all or?
Do not recognize this person. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, guys, there's totally this lizard person out here watching us.
Do I really not know what a lizard person would be?
What it would be? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Or
Like,
no?
Is-
Yeah. They're a race in this world. You've
But they're
seen
just
them
lizard.
around.
okay.
The
Do
little
they have a name?
lizard people.
Lizard.
They're
people.
lizard people? Okay, they're actually lizard
Yeah,
people.
no, sorry,
Wow.
sorry.
Real creative.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say. By the way, Wizards of the Coast might have skimped on the writing for that race a little bit.
okay. That makes...
I think they might be like lizard folk or something. But yeah,
Lizard folk.
it was up
I
there
was
with.
all thinking Argonian or, you know...
No. Like in the same supplement that this came in, they also had the like cat people, and I think they exhausted all the creativity calling them Tabaxi instead of just cat person or like Mr.
okay.
Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers. Yeah, so this is a thing that does happen. They're just a little bit more rare than most of the races.
Okay.
Hey, Waxwood, is there a back door to this place?
Well, certainly there is. Straight over there, next to my scrolls.
Yeah, I think once we're ready, we might want to head out that way.
I'm pretty tired. I don't want to have another confrontation, so I definitely agree.
I nod.
Very-
About how far away is the lizard folk from us? Lizard person? Lizard.
The lizard person is, sort of on the edge of the leaky ferret, next to, pretty close to the river itself.
So right about here. So about 30 feet.
Yeah. Correct.
So abusable.
You're looking this person over. They seem to, there seems to be, you see some sort of magic dagger on this person's side, but that's about it.
I'm gonna say they've got a magic dagger. Just FYI.
What time is it? Like,
It's getting toward evening at this point.
okay.
I was so ready for Burbage to shout "Go time."
He has a dagger!
Oh my gosh.
Incidentally, do I sense anything in the shop? Because it's just a 30-foot radius around me.
True. You do not sense anything in the shop itself.
Neat. That's good.
But there are also no potions up here. It's mostly like plants and
Yeah, it seems more like the workshop in a certain way. If downstairs was the research room, this is sort of the working area. I am going to turn to Bartleby and say, thank you. We did take care of all the sturge that emerged from the pit. There were a lot of them. And there is something else down there. I would strongly recommend having it closed, and probably lots of people, well-armed people, to close it. Also,
thank you so much for this.
would it be possible if sometime perhaps I stop by and discussed herbalism with you?
Of course. Yes, I would very much like this.
It's always nice to meet a fellow practitioner.
Yes, especially one such as you who have foiled the poisoner of the poor. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's a fan.
I just like the brightly colored die rolls in from the bottom almost casually because it only skipped like twice on my screen.
Vimeris, you get the sense that he's not a super big fan, though he seems to respect him.
Okay. I
But-
barely nod my head.
By him, were you meaning me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, there's two ways of taking that sentence, Andy. I'm way more concerned about the second way.
I'm gonna kind of look at everybody, kind of wondering why everybody's just kind of like glaring at each other, trying to gain insight on each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, all right, anyone else need a drink?
Yeah,
I could
for
use a
once,
drink.
that wouldn't be bad.
Did you just insight roll me?
Does
Yes.
Burbage mean that?
Please tell the truth, Burbage. Do
I
you mean that?
absolutely do want a drink.
Do you
Yes.
have an ulterior motive for that drink?
My eyes are narrowing.
Narrower. Narrower.
Mostly, I just want this moment to end. That's my ulterior motive.
Okay, good.
So he actually wants to get a drink, but he mostly just wants to be out of the shop.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I thought the plan was that we were going to get this medicine for charity, and then we were going to go try to find Arbin, right?
Yeah, I think that was the original plan.
Yeah,
The
let's
original
head to the
plan
Waking
didn't involve
Mast.
me bleeding heavily at that stage.
Yeah, I kind of just honestly want to find somewhere to lay low and get a sleep in. I'm tired.
Burbage is
Also-
going to chant, winking mast, winking mast.
So Vimeris and Stormbringer are staying at the Blue Fort Inn, which is just up here. In case you were looking for something nearby to
Nice try.
rest.
I have a room at the Blue Fort Inn if we all want to go back there and sleep for the night. It's been secure so far.
I have a
Oh.
room in the Sandkeeper's quarters. That didn't go so
That's
great.
a much further route. Oh, you weren't suggesting we go back there. I thought you were suggesting we go back there.
No. I was pointing out that you haven't been back to your room since we've been together, and my house got tossed in that time.
That's true.
I'm
But
not
we didn't get attacked at your house.
I'm not sure it's really a good idea to stay anywhere that we're known to stay outside of the previously ransacked Sandkeeper's house.
I agree
Well-
with Charity.
Okay. I just want to sleep. Can we sleep
I
here?
also agree with Stormbringer.
Yeah. She's not wrong. I'm
Do you
still
ask Bartleby if you can sleep here?
I did say that out loud, yeah.
He says, well, I have just my single cot. It's very humble, and I have that in the back of the shop.
I can sleep on the
suppose-
ground.
I
We shouldn't.
suppose.
We shouldn't sleep somewhere where we're being watched.
Oh, right.
Let's slip out the back and see if there's a private room at the Winking Mast.
All right.
That we found.
What about
we found-
Meepus's boat?
We could,
Ooh.
yeah. I mean, Burbage did tell the boat he would come back.
This is Galway laughing, not Charity.
It kind of just sounds like it's Charity devolving into hysteria. Like
I think we
losing
need to
his
do
mind.
it.
He's had a long day. Okay.
I know, this has been a very, very long day.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but Charity would be like, well, that would be more secure. Although I'm not
Yeah.
sure Meepus would be entirely happy with that.
Oh, Meepus is our friend. I think he likes us well enough.
That might
Yeah,
be
but
a
I guess we could
strong
go.
word for how Meepus feels about
And
us.
it's nearby.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, sure, why not? I think the ship likes me.
I think the ship likes you too.
As do I.
Thank you. All right, let's do it. Back door it is, guys. Let's go.
Sounds good.
All right, you slip out the back door and you're heading toward the docks. The wooden doll, especially the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Excellent. You slip out the back. You looking around, you don't necessarily see anyone trying to watch you or move around or anything like that. And you make your way down. I'll just go ahead and probably move you around a little. So you make your way kind of down here.
Oh.
If you're heading to the boat.
We're magic.
Yeah. Whoa. Wait
A
a
wizard
second.
did it.
Yeah, no, you're going out the back and then heading down this street would be the quickest way, I
There's
suppose.
like no increase to guard patrols or anything. Nothing
You don't see anything here. No.
moving around the city. We're not
Nothing
picking
really
up
moving around.
anything.
At the docks, you do see one windmaster, patrolling with one other guard.
Okay.
They seem to be busy doing other things. From down the way just a little bit, you hear a "Oi, oi, you lot! Hey!" And you turn just enough to see the cart owner from the night before.
Vimeris' shoulders sag and he rolls his eyes.
And he's running up sort of to you guys, and he goes, "Oi, hey, listen. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking the card off my hands last night and paying so well when you returned it. I just wanted to say I appreciate it. But hey, I don't like being charmed into doing stuff for people. All right, you do it again, I'm gonna tell the guards. Are we fair?"
Who's he saying this to?
He's looking at you now.
Why are you looking at me?
You charmed
You
him.
charmed me to get you a cart, and I
Where's
didn't
your
appreciate
proof?
it. I know it. I was the one that was charmed.
Go back to your cart.
I mean,
Cart's
if
plural.
it was against the rules to be charming, I'd be in big trouble.
You are a very charming man.
This wasn't
that was
charming.
actually
This
charity.
was magic. This was magic. I don't like
Oh.
spells being cast on
Oh,
me, but
oh.
And I start walking away.
I do appreciate the extra money upon its return. Okay,
We-
so let's just call it fair
We
and
we
be fine with it.
Charity's gonna help out. We appreciate your understanding and apologize. We were simply very pressed for time, and as you pointed out last night, it was very late. But thank you for your assistance,
well,
and we're glad that
I
we've
still don't like it.
and we're glad that we've settled the counts, and all are pleased at this result. Yes.
I'm going to lean down to
Yeah.
Charity and do my stage whisper. Did we pay him
Yes, we paid him.
extra money?
I suspect that was our friend who returned the card.
Seagay.
Okay, that makes sense. Probably.
He's like, "Oh, it did smell a little like a barn, but you know, it's fine. I didn't mind. I wash them all out anyway. You never know what
Of course.
goes on in the back of a cart. You know what I'm saying? Sexual."
I'm so glad that you clarify these things.
Yeah, we're gonna go now. All right, see ya, cart guy.
Yeah, he turns around and is pretty okay. So you continue on. As you get closer to the wooden doll, you see that it is starting to actually sail away at the moment. And you see Meepus very, very quickly trying to get stuff around on his ship, and it looks like he's talking to himself, but he's very purposefully looking back at you guys, pretty much that to the point where it looks like he's seen you and is now trying to leave very, very quickly.
I'm going to pick Burbage up and wave him over my head at the ship. Wait!
Meepus is like looking more and more worried, but from the back you see the anchor just immediately drop, and the whole boat sort of lurches forward a bit.
I'll gently
it's
set
now-
Burbage down.
Yeah, it's now very close to sort of this other dock side of it.
I was afraid that he
You-
might not be entirely pleased to see us
I
again.
don't know why. We saved his ship.
You could run up the dock toward the boat if you wanted to. You're certainly having to navigate around lots of dock workers, and it's quite busy this time of day.
Andy, can I do like an insight roll on the ship? Or like should I feel I just want to know if I should feel good about going back to the ship.
That seems to be your own decision. I don't know if I can give you any insight into that.
Okay. All right, let's go for it. It's go time.
There it is.
All right. You walk down the dock of the ship. There's sort of several gangplanks that have now been shoved out of the main deck and now landed on the ship so that you could carefully walk up them. And it looks like Meepus is trying to pull them back onto the boat, but is having a difficult time.
I'm gonna walk up. Hello, Meepus.
Oh, hey, hey, guys.
Good day.
Yeah, thanks. Good to see you again. What can I do for you? I was just about to set out.
Were you?
Yeah. Yep. Me and
For what destination?
the wooden dollar taking off. I was supposed to pick up something from Roth, but well, did you hear some of the news?
Yes.
So,
City burned
yeah.
down. All of that.
So that was that. I'm probably not doing that. So I was probably just gonna head south, see if I can get into contact with some people. Anyway, what can I do for you guys? Why are you on the ship?
Well, we're very glad that we caught you. We were hoping that we could make use of this as a secure place to take a quick nap, and Burbage, of course, wanted to be able to say hello to Lomina?
Lomina.
So is everyone on the boat then?
I'd like to stay off the boat for a second.
Okay. Yeah, you're off the boat still.
And I'd like to talk to Meepus. Hey, Meepus.
What? I mean, you want to take a nap here? Is that what everyone wants?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah, or maybe
here.
sleep for 8 hours or so.
8?
Very tired.
I mean, you can... No. If you want to buy passage on the ship, I'll let you do that. But you're coming with me then.
What about a
further
nap?
I mean... And he sort of like looks scared all of a sudden as he's looking behind all of you, further onto his ship. And he goes, okay, fine. If you want a nap, you can have a nap. All right. And then everyone hears like a whisper and a voice say, "In the captain's quarters."
Oh.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like a secure place to sleep.
Yeah.
Get Burbage.
I'm going to call back to Burbage. Hey, Burbage, I think we're all going to go sleep in the captain's quarters. Come on.
Meepus is just shaking his head, just not having any of this.
I'm done with the sun, so I immediately I do it.
So you walk into the captain's quarters. Yeah, it's a very nice place. There's really only one bed, but there's a large, like, sort of table with several maps on it. It's set a little lower in the ground so that the halfling Meepus or the dwarf Meepus can get to it. But
Is there an unoccupied corner I could sit at?
certainly is. Yeah. It's you. Yeah, you're behind one of these chests, kind of in the back corner.
I'm gonna.
And Burbage, are you on the boat yet?
I'm cautiously boarding the boat,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask Meepus, hey, Meepus, did Lomina say anything about me after I left?
No, she didn't. Sorry. Nope, didn't say anything at all. All right, well,
Yeah.
take a nap, and we'll stay here for just a couple hours, I suppose.
I'd like to do... Can I do an insight roll on Meepus?
I already am. I'm still on the deck, so
Yeah,
I was
go
in
ahead.
earshot of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Meepus isn't really in charge of things, is the sense you get from all this. Like, he doesn't have a lot of power here, even though he's kind of an older dwarf, middle-aged.
I think I missed some of that. That might just have been on my end. Could you repeat that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be in control of anything here. He's just trying to get by.
Yeah.
That's basically what
Hey,
you get from all this.
Hey, Meepus. What
Yeah.
are you transporting to Roth?
Well, nothing.
Transporting anything special?
No, I was supposed to make a pickup. I just unloaded everything this morning. I was gonna make another
Oh.
pickup. Why?
What's the cargo? What did you unload?
You're asking a lot of questions. Are you writing a book on Meepus and his wonder ship?
What? Yeah.
You
What?
are? I want to read that book.
I'm so confused.
I like the fact that the sass has just completely broken down now into
I see. You're writing a
confusion.
book. Yeah, it's the second time you've done that in this game. All right, I'm just gonna roll my eyes and go into the captain's quarters.
I'm gonna
All right, yeah.
sleep outside the captain's quarters.
But Charity,
Keep Meepus company out here.
are you keeping watch out here, Charity?
Yep.
I can help.
Okie doke.
Or,
That'd be good.
well, I mean, the voice wanted us to sleep in the captain's quarters.
So now we're just listening to voices.
It seemed like a nice voice.
Did it?
It's letting us all sleep in the captain's quarters.
I'm okay out here.
All right, I'll sleep halfway in between, and I lay down in the doorway of the captain's quarters, like with the door open.
Okay. Yeah, Meepus is wandering around the ship just trying to make things nice. It's again a very hot day. You find a decent amount of shade over by those kind of weird twig-looking boxes that were on the ship. And then Vimeris and Burbage are in the captain's quarters, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the door has shut on its own after Burbage gets in.
But I was laying in the doorway.
Yeah.
The door, like,
I'm
shut
sorry?
on me?
It's trying to, yeah, at least. Are you
I'm-
like actually trying to keep it open, or?
Well, I'm literally laying down, physically blocking the doorway.
Right.
Is the door
Right.
or me stronger?
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay.
Oh no.
Apparently the door is.
Actually, yeah, it tries to close on you, and you push back against it enough that you're keeping it open for the moment.
Awesome. Okay, I'm kind of grunting because I'm legitimately, even though you don't have to sleep for a short rest, I'm legitimately trying to go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, it's starting to just kind of bang into you like boom, boom, boom.
Yes,
Like
stop it,
slightly
door.
harder each
I'm
time.
gonna push it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Because those go well.
I was gonna say we haven't had anything bad happen after one of those.
Okay. All right. You see a small face in the doorway then, and it seems to be a beautiful maiden's face. And she says, "Hey, can I get a little privacy here?"
But I don't want to leave either of them alone, any of them alone. They're my friends.
They're fine. They're fine. Hey, Burbage, are you fine? Says this voice.
Hey, Lomina. Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. But maybe Stormbringer, why don't you just come in
See?
and we can have a slumber party?
But I don't want to leave
From-
Charity alone out there.
From the deck, you're going to hear, "Don't do that. Please don't do that."
Also, Charity doesn't want me to leave him alone out there.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that's the reason that I don't want you to let the door be closed or just go in there. Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah,
think
we'll
I'm
be
just
fine.
going to sleep in the doorway. It's okay. It's okay. No one will look. I promise. Lomina, right? I promise no one will look in here. They can turn around, right, Charity?
I'm definitely not going to look that direction.
And I'll close my eyes and go to sleep, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. The voice connection. It's not doing well. Oh no. I can't hear anyone. Okay. I'm going to change this up.
Rip the DM.
He's got away.
He's gone away now.
It's concerning.
All right.
What do
Well,
we do
in
without
his absence, we now own the ship. Lomina's totally cool with that. She's
Yep.
going to do what we say from now on.
Yes.
Lizard folk was 100% innocent. Was trying to watch for someone else. Quick! Build it up.
We're just completely paranoid.
Retcon it.
I think we should call the lizard people Argonians.
We're just going to name them.
Whoops.
Please hold.
Oh, boy.
How do I
Technical
reconnect?
support.
What does that mean?
Okay, well, as we attempt to find wherever Andy has disappeared to in the digital hell, we will take a quick break, and we will be coming right back after this.
Oh,
Hope you all
he's
are
back in
having
here now.
fun. Yeah, but we're gonna take he said to take a quick break anyway. So
Break
Okay.
time.
this will be our break. We will be right back. Hope everyone is enjoying it. We actually got Stormbringer back. We're doing better than I figured we might be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in a pit.
Woo!
All right, BRB.
Hey everybody, we are streaming our way back in. Speaking of streaming, oh god, I hate myself for these segues sometimes. Hope everyone is enjoying it. If you are and you're not already, please give us a follow on twitch.tv at /helpfulgoat. It's located in the upper right hand corner. It costs you nothing and it would be super helpful for us. We're working our way towards getting to affiliate, which lets us monetize some of this, which will be super helpful for us as a small game design firm. So yeah, if you're enjoying this, go ahead and give us a follow. And as always, we hope you are really enjoying this, because this is a lot of fun to make. In a quick recap from the first hour, we've managed to save Stormbringer from the pit. Honestly,
I'm back.
Stormbringer basically saved Stormbringer from the pit.
No, the power of friendship saved me from the pit.
That's actually not untrue. That's not entirely untrue. And now we're desperate. Oh, and then we also managed to save my life by me getting stabbed with a giant cactus needle. Why am I always
But I mean,
getting
you feel
stabbed?
better.
I do. I feel so much better. Such a relief. And now we're trying to take a nap on a ship that's currently trying to do potentially bad things to Burbage Camp. But, you win some, you lose some. And I think we're all back.
Yay.
All right. I like all of that.
Could you center for me, Andy?
Will we ever get to rest?
I
Hopefully.
have no idea. Oh, you guys. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is not me. This is you. I did not quite expect you to go to the possessed ship to have a nice little rest. Anyway, back on the possessed ship, Burbage Kemp and Vimeris are in a room that's the door is trying to shut. Stormbringer seems to be in the way of the door completely shutting, but the door is very, very insistent, and certainly, Stormbringer, you're not going to get any rest while the door is banging into you.
Like I won't get any sleep, or I won't even be able to complete a short rest with it banging
You
into
won't
me.
get rest while the door is constantly bang, bang, bang up against you.
Okay, before I think you started having audio issues, the bargain I was trying to make with the ship was that if people just don't look in the room, it's like it's private, so I think it's
Right.
okay. I'll just close my eyes, the door can stop hitting me, no one will look in the room, we'll be fine, and I won't have to leave anyone alone.
Yeah, that's not going to work for me. I need you to get out of the way, says the door.
But Charity doesn't want me to leave him alone on the ship, and Burbage wants me to go in there. So, how am I supposed to do that, Door?
Stormbringer, just go be with Charity. Vimeris and I can take care of things in here. We'll be fine, all right?
Oh, okay, are you sure?
Yeah, let's just all get some sleep and or rest.
You don't have to sleep for a short rest. I'm pointing this out because this
Yeah.
might be important on a
Just
meta
a
level
rest.
coming up here.
Just get some rest.
Well, alright then. I'll just leave you guys in there to sleep then, and I'll roll out of the doorway.
All right, the door shuts immediately then. And from the doorway, Vimeris and Burbage, you see this beautiful, naked, wooden woman stride out very elegantly. And she says, Burbage, what have you brought me? What is this delightful creature from underneath the ground?
Did she just get a whole southern,
No.
antebellum
No,
accent that just...
No.
This is what it's like on the other side.
My name is
Yeah,
Romina.
Lomina, this is my friend. I kind of looked at Vimeris for.
I'm looking
Affirmation
back
of
at
that.
Burbage like, my mouth is kind of open. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, this is my friend Vimeris. Vimeris, this is the ship Lomina.
Charmed.
We got to know each other quite well last time we were on the boat.
Yes.
So yeah, here we are. We were just Lomina. Been meaning to call you.
But
We were
Maris
just
laughs just a
hoping
little bit.
come and just get some rest on the ship, since you were so welcoming. You said we could come back anytime, and
Yes.
here we are.
Well, thank you. Yes, and you've brought me something delicious then as well. Vimeris, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
as
God!
Very clearly, she's trying to charm you and.
Oh.
Drow, I believe, get advantage on that?
They get what?
Do they?
Fey ancestry, resistance against being charmed? Isn't that a general elf
Is
thing?
that also
Yeah.
a drow?
Yeah, because I think that exists on the elf.
And I mean, Drow are the superior elf.
Yes. Yes.
So-
You're right.
They're like elves, but
So
better.
you have advantage.
Yeah, I already made it.
Awesome. You definitely resist this charm effect.
I just raised an eyebrow.
Yeah. And she says, "Oh,
Burbage.
well, you are a bit more difficult, I see."
Burbage, what? What did you two do?
We didn't do anything per se. She just kind
Yeah.
of, you know.
Oh, God.
Oh God. You know, she's just a very charming boat. And when we were on here before, she I don't know, mesmerized me, and I just fell in love with her, and I was doing anything she asked me to do, which is why I
Huh.
dove into the water to save those owlbears, and yeah, and then she promised me this ship. Am I understanding that correctly, Lomina? Is the ship mine? Are you the
Would you
ship?
like to be captain?
I don't,
And
you
then
know.
she sort of slides over to you, and next to you on the she's on the bed now, and she says, "You would like to be my captain, wouldn't you?"
Oh, I'm
Wait,
uncomfortable
Are-
with this.
wait, we're in a bed?
Vimeris' eyes kind of widen,
There's a bed next to you. Yeah.
and he touches
Oh,
his
there's a
lips
bed next to
tenderly.
There's a bed next to me, and Lomina is now in the bed?
She's
Slash
sitting on the edge
is
of
the bed?
Yes. Slash is the bed. Yeah.
Well, Lomina, you know, I think people should just be their own people. I think dryads, is that right?
Yes, that's the term
Should
we
be their
use,
own
yes.
dryads, you know, and I don't think anybody should be the captain of anybody. So, you know, I think you should do you, and I should do me, and we should just kind of, you know, go with the flow, you know, like
Right.
water.
Burbage, you promised.
What did I promise you again?
You promised that you would come back and be the captain.
Oh yeah, well here I am, and I do think that I could take like a maybe what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Just kind
I
of
don't know.
Nap?
I genuinely don't fucking know, man.
I'd be happy to be kind of a captain emeritus, just kind of in name only. I just don't think I have it in me to
No.
actually be a captain of anything except for my own fate, my life.
Burbage, you are talking silly. Silly talking.
Well, you do that to me, Lomina. You just get me all mixed up. You're so beautiful.
Everyone on the boat feels something weird as the boat starts to kind of lurch forward a bit, and you hear the anchor raising.
At this, Charity is going to shout, time to go, off the boat. Solution is off the boat.
The sails
Okay.
have now lowered.
I'm going to try to, at Charity's panic, burst through the door to grab my other two friends.
No,
Okay,
no,
give
no,
me
no,
a
no.
strength, athletics check to see if you can
I thought this was
break down
part
the
of the
door.
plan. I thought we were going to go to Roth with the meatbus.
Why would we
Did
go
I
to
just
Roth
hear
with Meepus?
You break open the door enough where you can sort of now squeeze by it. It's still trying to forcibly keep you out, but you're pretty sure you like look in this room and there's a dryad sitting on the bed, Burbage right in front of her, and Vimeris sort of in the corner, wide-eyed.
Charity says we gotta go, you guys. And I'm gonna kind of grab Burbage and Vimeris. I know Vimeris is not a small person, but I'm pretty strong.
I'm pretty
so-
small. I'm pretty small.
Where did
Yeah, but you're like,
Adam
you're a
go?
medium-sized person. Burbage is actually small.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna grab Burbage and Vimeris and try to kick my way back through the door and get us off the boat.
Okay.
Guys, I don't think we should
go.
be worrying too much about this. All
Charity
right?
says we have to go.
Are you resisting Burbage? Her,
Picking you up.
yeah, picking you up.
Yeah, I'd like to resist it because I don't want to burn any bridges or boats, so to speak.
Okay.
Do they have, in the captain's quarters, do they have any, like, sight line to the dock? Like, there are windows or portholes or anything?
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
There
so
are.
so I am going to tell you...
Jumped off of the boat onto the dock, Charity.
So I am going to tell
Which
you...
was a decent jump because the gangplank has now been pulled up.
I'm going to tell you, Burbage, your choice of words of burning bridges is starting to look potentially very prescient as you see familiar hand motions being made by Charity.
Oh no.
So, are you struggling, Burbage?
Yes, I'm struggling.
Go ahead and give me a contested strength check.
Contested
Yeah,
strength.
Burbage and Stormbringer. Just give me a strength check.
Ha! I can finally roll.
Ooh. Oh, Burbage, you're mighty. But Stormbringer is able to pick you up and squeeze and start to squeeze back through the door. Vimeris, what are you doing?
I'm just along for the ride, man.
Just
All
letting me
right.
drag you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, Lomina, this isn't my fault. I didn't ask her to do this. She's picking me
I
up against
know.
my will.
Exactly whose fault it is.
He already told me to do this.
And with that, she swings her hand at you, and as she's swinging it, Stormbringer, it just becomes a very large club.
Wow, rude.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes, that hits exactly.
Okay. She
Guys,
did
I'm gonna.
three
I need to
bludgeoning
disconnect and
damage.
reconnect. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. She did 3 bludgeoning damage to you, Stormbringer.
Okay.
And it seems like she's now in a fighting stance over by almost between Vimeris and Stormbringer.
I don't think she can really be between them.
She can't. I'm holding Vimeris. I'm dragging Vimeris, and
Oh, I thought you were grabbing Burbage.
No, she
I was
picked
grabbing
up
both.
Burbage, and she sort of, I assume, has Vimeris by
yeah.
the hand.
Yeah. like
I did
Burbage
not
is
struggle.
tucked in my arm like a baby. Vimeris is being dragged.
Right. So you're sort of having to hold the door open as it's trying to shut on you.
Mhm.
So that's probably going to be like kind of one hand. And you've been able to grab Burbage. Vimeris isn't far behind. But
Okay, if it's one
there's
hand, I'm
also-
gonna shove Burbage like under my arm and hold. So, like you know how like you can carry things under your arm crushed against your side. I'm doing
Yes.
that with Burbage while I hold the door with my hand.
Okay, cool. All right. And then you're trying to lead Vimeris out as well.
Yes, I'm trying to leave
If I'm
Vimeris
not
out
actually
as
being
well.
grabbed,
Yeah. You're being grabbed. You're also being grabbed by the Dryad then.
okay, I turn into a cat.
Whoa. Okay.
What did I miss?
Vimeris
You're
is-
under my arm, crushed against my side while I hold the door open. Vimeris is a cat. The Dryad is very
Yeah.
angry.
Is she angry at me
And
or
as a
you?
cat, I want
Me.
to be super fast and run super far.
You could probably just
Yeah.
jump out a porthole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
you-
I can do that, sure.
Right. Okay.
I want to
so,
avoid
yeah.
being wet, but
Okay, give me an athletics check as a cat.
as a cat, do I have?
Athletics or
Let's
acrobatics?
see here. Or either one. Yeah, acrobatics would work too.
I feel like that feels more like cat-like.
Yeah, I do too.
Let me.
I was gonna just use mine, I guess.
I'll go ahead and roll it for you since you
Okay,
don't have
please
access
do.
to a cat yet.
Yeah, unexpected places leads to unexpected transformations.
Yes, it does. No, that's enough. Yeah, it's enough just to get out onto the dock then, as the boat is starting to pull away.
Does the cat also have the mask pattern?
He wasn't wearing it, so no.
Okay.
I'm going to sort of raise an eyebrow at the cat.
So now that I have both hands free, can I
Yes.
burst through the door and jump off the boat carrying Burbage?
You can certainly try. Yeah, the Dryad's going to get one more swing at you
Okay.
as you're pulling everything away.
Okay.
Does a that does hit.
Has
Oh
Has
It
Andy
has
been
no
talking?
effect.
because I cannot hear Andy.
Yeah, Andy is
Oh,
talking.
you can't hear me? Why?
Okay, that's strange.
Oh no, that's important.
That is sort of
I-
important. Can
Well,
everyone
as a
else hear
cat,
me?
I
I
just
can
kind of
hear
sit
you.
next to the charity, and I'm
Okay.
watching.
Also, this Under Armour doesn't actually do anything. She's not wearing armor.
That's true. She's not wearing any armor, nor did she
Yeah.
have the thing up. So never mind. That's not too bad.
Okay.
However, it does hurt. That's going to be 6 damage then. Ooh.
Well, shit. Did I get a short rest in there at all?
No.
That wasn't
No.
long enough.
No, it wasn't.
Fuck. I'm unconscious.
Does she
Alright.
fall, like, outside, basically?
Outside the door, of where she's trying to pull them out, yeah.
Is Burbage still sort of in her arm outside?
Kinda, yeah. The door's open now, definitely.
Okay. The doorway behind them
Yes.
is now on fire.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. All right. Awesome. And Adam cannot hear me. Why can't Adam hear me?
I don't know, because he can hear everyone but you, and everyone
Yeah.
else can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting.
Sorry, hold on.
Doop, 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 doop.
I'll be right back.
If I swim...
I can hear you now. Or I can hear you again.
Again.
How about you, Adam?
What about me?
Gonna take that as a no, you couldn't hear Andy.
Okay, let's see if Adam... tell
No,
Adam
and
to
it's so
follow me
weird.
to
I don't
the-
know why I can't.
To the
I'm gonna close out of Discord, or... Well, he's trying something. I don't know.
Follow him to the general voice channel.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Discord's being a bad. How about
Okay.
now? Anybody? Can anyone hear anyone?
I can hear everyone.
Everyone.
I
Except
can
Adam.
hear Galway. I can hear Lena. I'm gonna exit out of Discord and come back in.
Okay.
We can continue describing then.
Fun. Okay.
Do it!
So, the door is on fire as Stormbringer is now unconscious and Burbage is now just outside. There's a scream from inside the captain's quarters as it appears the Dryad is trying to move through the fire but just can't quite make herself do that.
I'm actually
Hey.
at this. I'm going
sorry, go
to
Yeah.
thaumaturgy, and basically politely shout to Meepus, "Could you take some control for once in your life?"
Nope.
Get them off your ship!
Get like a persuasion.
Get them off
She's a
your
lot
ship!
scarier.
I like
go
the
ahead and
subtle
roll
pause,
persuasion.
the quick thought.
Yeah.
Charity, are you
Go
like
ahead and
trying to
roll.
persuade him?
I'm trying to get him to, like, at least push you guys off the ship.
Poor Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear Andy now.
Hey!
Yay!
Hey.
Okay, so what is happening?
Shit's hitting the fan, man.
Okay. Stormbringer is unconscious. You're laying next to her as you see the doorway of the captain's quarters in flames. Meepus is just folding his arms, watching this whole thing happen. And you hear a scream from inside the captain's quarters as she's seemingly trying to move out the doorway, but it won't. So you do have a
God.
moment.
How did any of this happen?
Get off the ship!
And the ship
Did you
is
say-
pulling away.
Did you say Stormbringer's unconscious?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm unconscious.
She's right
Um,
next to you, unconscious.
Where's Vimeris?
There's
a cat on the
He
dock.
turned into a cat and left.
He's on the dock.
Okay, I'm gonna try to wake up Stormbringer. Stormbringer, wake up!
Do you have any way to heal her?
You were awake to see her get knocked unconscious by the Dryad.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you may not
Yeah,
waste
you-
your time with that. You know that she's not just, like, asleep.
Right.
Well, what, I can't. I mean, I can't physically drag her. I'm not strong enough to do that.
You
am
could probably
I?
push her off
You
the
could
side.
try. Yeah, you could try to push her off into the
All right,
water.
I'm going to try to push Stormbringer off of the boat.
All right, give me a strength check.
Okay, here goes.
Ugh.
I love it. So you're trying to shove her off, and you're moving her closer to the edge, and you hear a voice behind you say, "Let me help you with that." The edge just sort of gives way, and Stormbringer tumbles into the water. And now a light wooden hand grabs you by the shoulder, Burbage, and says, "Well, at least we're alone now."
I'm going to
So-
shout, Burbage, continue with the escaping the boat! Also, I'm now jumping into the water.
Thank you.
Okay.
Save
Right.
me.
Shouting
I can't control my cat, but I'm doing it. too.
shouting at the cat over my shoulder.
You're in the
Might be helpful if you were Vimeris now.
Is the cat keeping up with Charity swimming?
Not very. No.
Okay, no, then I'll change back.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm not in my robes this time, so yeah.
Okay, Burbage, what are you doing?
I don't even know anymore. This whole thing is a clusterfuck.
this has gone poorly.
I just want to say, like, Lomina, I think everything has gotten off to the wrong foot. I'm just wondering, could you just stop the ship, and can we just sleep or rest on you just for a bit? And without the ship moving, can we just stay here and take it easy and just talk it out?
No, you are either my captain and will sail with me, or you are my enemy and should not be permitted to remain in this world without me. How would you live?
All right, well, that's a shitty option you're giving me, Lumina. And I'd just like to say this. And I run and I dash and I try to jump off the boat.
All right, give me an acrobatics check, because she's going to try to snare you with the boat itself. You see the railings of the boat rising up to meet you as you try to get off the boat.
You can do it. Maybe.
Ugh!
10's not bad.
You jump off the side of the boat, and one of the railings has grabbed your leg as it swung down, and you hit the side of the boat.
Okay.
You're just like 5 or 6 feet above the water.
If I see that,
yeah,
aiming
That
at the
does
hand.
hit. Go ahead and give me damage. That is just enough to break and splinter the hand that's holding you. And Burbage, you now sploosh into the water. As
Okay.
the boat is very slowly sort of now.
So I
going
return my
away.
full attention to trying to like medkit Stormbringer as Vimeris is holding her up.
Yes.
So
Stormbringer,
Yeah,
give me
I'm
one
underneath.
death saving throw, as this has transpired a bit weirdly.
narrative drama.
All right.
Wait, shouldn't that have my constitution added to it? How do death saves work?
No.
It's straight
It's
up
straight
fifty.
Oh, that was
chance.
a terrible roll.
No, that wasn't a
All right,
terrible roll. A
you-
1 is a terrible
No.
roll.
Yeah.
That was a
Stormbringer's
fair
now
one.
started to slip beneath the surface. When you reach her, Charity and Vimeris, she's now just sort of floating just below the surface.
If I'll say to Vimeris, get her up.
No, it's
Try to get
okay.
up.
Yeah, give me an athletics check to swim now with Stormbringer.
Oh, thank God.
Very nice. Yeah,
Good
it's
rolls.
very nice. Yeah, without all of the heavy garments weighing you down, you are able to brace yourself against some of the waves that are coming in, and swim carrying Stormbringer back, especially with
I'm gonna healer's kit her
Carries
as they surface first. I'll healer's kit her
definitely
to stabilize, and then
Okay.
I'll help carry back or help sort of pull her back.
All right, Stormbringer at 0 hit points.
Awesome.
The boat is continuing to sort of sail away at this point. Go ahead and swim up to the.
I'll
docks.
go up first, and then basically help from above pull her up.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the second time today that you've all sort of had to work together to pull Stormbringer up out of something.
Teamwork.
Teamwork and friendship. All right, you've now pulled her up onto the docks.
I'm gonna look sadly after the ship as it sails away.
All right.
I could have been a sex slave on that ship.
Are you saying that wistfully?
What the hell, man?
Yeah, I mean, in another life, that could have been good for me. But now I'm, with you lot, and you're ruining all my sex slave opportunities.
Wow.
We're gonna get you a drink, and then you'll be much more agreeable.
Hey, for the record, that's all I wanted to begin with. Hey, let's go find Arbin. Maybe he needs a sex slave.
Wow.
Sure. Whatever.
Stormbringer's still unconscious on the.
Yeah. How
So you
long?
have to,
How
like,
long do I
roll
think
me?
she's gonna? How long do I think she's gonna be out?
Give me a med check. You would guess about this many hours. About an hour.
Low roll there.
Thank God.
If we just stay here, would that count as a short rest?
For the three of you, yes. Not for Stormbringer.
Not for Stormbringer.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any healing left at all?
I don't think I do.
I'm pretty sure Charity's tapped too. We're all really tapped on resources.
Yep.
I have rations and a thieves' tools.
I have an herbalism kit.
Yeah. Can I do anything with the herbalism kit to like smelling salt her, basically?
Yeah. Give me a herbalism kit check. And if you can get a 15 or better, you could probably find something to wake her up.
I'll like motion to to Vimeris because I've seen you use an herbalism kit before. Be like, can we figure this out?
Okay, and we kind of butt our heads together.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
it
no,
weirdly
with-
double
yeah.
rolled for me.
Yeah, with Vimeris' help, definitely, you're able to grind up a little bit of this one leaf that when you combine it, just a bit of salt water with it, actually will again activate this really harsh smelling thing, and you feel you probably could wake her up.
I'll do that.
All right, Stormbringer, you are now awake. You will be at 1 hit point.
Awesome.
You are waterlogged. You cough up just a bit of salt water. And you see your friends on the dock standing around you.
We're going to the linking mast. We're going to
Is
find
everyone safe?
It's a relative term anymore.
Yeah, we're all safe.
I said I didn't want any more confrontations.
Neither did I.
Let's try to go find somewhere safe.
Let's go to the winking mast, I guess.
All right.
That
Is
sounds
everyone
good.
in agreement there, I assume? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, we'll fast travel over there then. Nothing really gets in your way. You're walking
Okay,
along
good.
the docks. There are lots and lots of people sort of around. It's getting toward evening at this point. It's about 6 in the evening. And
Are we to the point where we could actually just go to sleep?
Yeah. Because I could really
you're
use a
getting
long
close
rest.
to it. Yeah, probably by about 8 or 9, you could actually start your long rest.
We didn't see any lizard people.
You don't see. Yeah, give me a perception check just to be sure. But
Oh no. Of course.
You do not see any lizard.
No lizard people. It's good.
You see lizards and people, but no lizard
But not
people.
lizard people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm gonna help move you.
Yeah. Just throw me across the river. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was canon.
So you finally make your way over to the winking mast. You're just dragging into the winking mast. You're so hurt and so full of wounds. You're exhausted from having to swim against the ocean waves. You very nearly were all killed by a dryad. It's not a great day, but there's something sort of about the music of the winking mast that starts to brighten your day a little bit again.
Nice.
It's not so bad, maybe, in here. It's a rough and tumble place again. There's lots of drinking. There's shouting. The very large dragonborn at the bar sort of waves at you all as you come in. He motions you over to the bar. Oi, you! You need a drink, yeah?
Yes. So, many drinks, private room.
My God, what's happened to you? Huh? Look at
A lot.
those-
A lot. It's been a
day.
It's been a whole thing.
Oh man, hey, that's pretty bad. So how about this? The first one's only a copper apiece.
Thank you. Is there a quiet side room we could sit in and dry off?
Sleep? I mean, you could rent out my back room if you want.
Yeah, that.
That sounds wonderful. How much?
5 silver. But can you be out by like 10?
A night?
10 tonight, yeah. Can you be out?
Not 10 in the morning?
There's something else going on tonight. Back there.
I mean,
I'm gonna look up at this and be like, interested, and you actually see this complicated series of emotions flicker over Charity's face. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't care. Do care. Just get the room for right now. I'm actually just gonna slide him a gold piece. Be like, that can cover the first round in the room.
Okay.
And maybe the second round. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, that's fine. He's like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead. And he motions over to the room where you had met Meepus again, where Arbin was coming out of earlier. There's kind of a back room. It's got a cot and then a bunch of barrels and sort of extra stored plates and drinks and glasses, that sort of thing.
Okay, I'm gonna motion to the cot and say to Stormbringer, you can lay down now.
thank you, Charity.
I'm going to ask for an ale for my drink,
Yeah.
and then
Nope. First one's only a copper.
yep. Well, but I paid him the gold to also cover that. So
Oh,
I gave him a
then,
gold
yeah,
piece
that's
because it was 5 silver for the room,
Yeah.
and then
fine. Yeah,
I'm
totally
overpaying.
fine.
But-
Absolutely.
and just sort of I'm going to go in and sort of flop down at the foot of the cot and just slowly nurse an ale.
Okay. Excellent. Vimeris Burbage, what are you guys doing?
Vimeris is doing what he was trying to do in the boat. He just wants to stare at the wall
Watch Burbage have
and
sex
watch
with a
paint
boat.
dry.
All right.
That,
You sort of
you
get on
know,
your
things
knees.
got interesting. It was kind of like we ordered the special naughty channels, you know?
It was like we went into the hotel to get a nap, and hey, they had pay-per-view.
I love it.
But yeah,
And
God.
Burbage, what are you doing? Burbage?
Adam, can you hear Andy?
I don't think
Adam, can you hear anyone?
Adam?
Awesome.
Ada.
I love it. I heard him a little bit there.
Sorry. Yeah. So what's the Dungeons and Dragons equivalent of like a rum and coke?
Oh, I was gonna say redistilled Everclear. I wasn't sure what level you were at for needing alcohol here.
Yeah, it's basically the rum and equivalent, I guess, is seltzer water of some sort.
I'll be drinking that. And wait, are there cots in this room?
There's a cot,
Just one,
which is
one
occupied with
I'm
Stormbringer.
I'm just gonna maybe like sit down with on the floor with my back against the. Wait, it's not like
Yeah.
a raised cot, is it? Or I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it is.
just
It's
be-
got a
I'll
frame.
be- I'm next to the cot, enjoying my drink, and trying to get a
Okay.
short rest in.
So he's basically right by me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're all just traumatized and silent as you just rest and catch your breath. You've now completed a short rest.
Oh, thank you, sweet. Holy
I'm going to
Jesus.
use one hit dice.
Same.
Was there a level
Yeah.
involved in that?
There was.
Oh, also thank
There
sweet
was a
holy Jesus.
full third level involved in that.
We get the full
So-
benefits of leveling.
Yes, you're fully
Awesome.
benefited from leveling. So
Oh,
we're also
boy.
going to roll hit dice right now for your new hit points.
I'm rolling my hit dice just
yeah, roll
generally
your
for
hit dice
recovering first before
Yes,
that
for
rest
recovering.
goes off.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I'm completely healed.
Right.
To 15.
For
very-
recovery, what's the advantage of rolling one hit die instead of two?
You only
Uh,
get half of your level rounded up back on a long rest. So, like, if you were at level 4 and you rolled all 4 dice, you'll only get 2 of them back.
Oh god, how do I roll my hit die?
Click the hit dice words.
I don't see the hit dice word.
So at level 3, we'll get 2 back, correct?
Correct. That's why I just spent both.
Okay. So I am going to still use one hit dice.
So it's under current hit points, temporary hit points, and then hit dice.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Jesus, you just hit diced my entire HP on like
My
one
HP
die,
is
basically.
probably like 3 times your HP or something.
Yeah, probably.
Andy,
Okay.
mine's a. I have to roll a d8, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could roll 1 or 2 to just recover here right
Why
now.
is it not working?
Oh, there we go. Sort of. I guess that would. Okay. So that was 3. Yeah, you don't have a constitution modifier, so you gain 3 hit points back.
Okay.
And now we complete the long rest.
Yes. Now
Or,
you've
or
completed.
rather, the short rest, sorry.
or the
for the
short rest.
leveling.
Yes, so that you can level. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and roll hit points? So for everyone watching at home, how we do hit points and leveling up is they roll their hit die for gaining their hit points, but I also roll in secret, and then the player gets to choose whether they want their roll or mine. This does mitigate a little bit of the I rolled terrible. Oh no, what can I do? So whoever would like to go first, just tell me what your hit die was, and I will roll it in secret along with you.
I'll go. I'm a D12.
D12.
Ah, you got the rough one.
I'll take yours.
Mine was a 3.
Damn. Okay.
I'm a
It's okay.
D8.
All right.
I'll take mine.
Okay.
Mine is also a d8.
All right.
I will also take mine.
Okay.
I think mine's a D8.
It is.
I will take mine.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
Very nice. You are now much, much better equipped at this. Vimeris, you watch Burbage as you see something you've never quite seen before. Sometimes when Burbage gets nervous or he's bored or something, you see him play with one of his coins, and he sort of twirls it in his hand. This time, as he's twirling something in his hand, you don't even notice it, but it completely disappears into his hand. And it was so fluid, and Burbage at this point doesn't even look impressed at himself. This is something now that he's simply just perfected. And that's quite amazing.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
As a note, I suspect that Charity may like nod off as he's just propped up against the wall.
Yeah.
Vimeris would be impressed for all of 1 second and then lose interest.
All right.
And actually, he'll do something he hasn't done in a while, and he'll rummage through his things, and he's going to pull out a pendant, and he's going to stare at it, and just stare at it.
I love it. Excellent. If Charity has fallen asleep, why doesn't everyone else get off for just a second?
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Charity.
Yep.
The goodest tiefling.
Yep. Hashtag good as tiefling.
Come with me.
Does the voice actually say that to me, or?
No.
Okay.
That was the DM. You immediately, as soon as you've fallen asleep, you sense a deep presence. Again, as you open your eyes, everything is pure white. The world around you, though you recall this place, it does feel like there is a tiny bit more definition. And you see far-reaching towers now that are very, very faded and almost white themselves. But just a bit of their detail is leaking out in the pure whiteness around you.
I'm immediately going to, we did this last time, fall to my knees, which basically involves pulling my leg up
Indeed.
and bow my
You are
head.
basically floating in this white space. There is a voice once again. Yes. Charity. I am the voice of Baelit. Do you remember me?
I do, O voice of my lady.
To me, it has been 3,000 years since I've spoken to you. And I speak still on behalf of Baelit. There is something Baelit would wish to give you, if you would accept it. You have been very good, Charity. You have done everything that you are supposed to.
Again, tears are now just streaming down Charity's face. Of course, any gift that my lady should wish to provide me, I will accept with gratitude.
So, you feel like almost a presence sort of brush by you. And you look and turn to your left. You don't see any person, but you see a sort of square cloth-wrapped item next to you. And this appears, and it's completely corporeal and tangible, it looks like.
I will hesitantly sort of reach out my hand towards it.
Yes, you feel it. You feel the cloth on it, and something is drawing you to it, and it feels powerful, and it feels right.
I will gently take it.
You pick it up, and you hear the voice. Charity, we give you this so that you might continue to do the work of Baelit. Do you accept this?
Of course, it is my highest honor that I might serve her will.
Baelit is very, very pleased. Have you met the Scarred One yet?
The Scarred One. I am unsure.
Oh, this is something then that will be in your future. She will be very pleased, and how you deal with this as well. For now, take this as a token of her gratitude for your works within the world. Do you want to unwrap this thing?
Yes.
Excellent. You very slowly peel off the cloth, which is a very, very fine vellum. And so it's a little stiff even. And you let it fall away, and you're holding a beautiful book, a large tome that is very light to the touch. It seems to be wrapped completely in these white feathers that seem frozen almost in time. They're not even very, very soft, but they're completely wrapped around the book. And then there's a large leather clasp around it that seems to lock the book for you. And there is a carving of an eyeball on that lock. The leather strap that wraps around it is thin and very, very soft. Then this tome will be yours to gain more knowledge in what Behelit deems worthy. Do you accept it with a humble heart, Charity?
I of course do. And then that, for how would I not? It means that it will provide me the means to gain knowledge that is worthy.
Do you recognize any piece of this, Charity? And yeah, you're looking down at it, and there's nothing, you've never seen anything like this. It's just so beautiful and magnificent and powerful that how could you possibly recognize anything?
I do not believe that such an object of elegance and perfection could exist in the material world. How could I recognize it except to say that I recognize Behelit's grace within it?
Interesting. You have cut ties with your past in a very profound way if you do not recognize a piece of it.
Perhaps.
And as you're looking at it, you really, again, still have no clue what they could be talking about, other than there's something weird about the leather strap that is holding this in. It, with such a magnificent and beautiful object, the leather strap is purely mundane. It's not interesting or beautiful. It seems worn. It seems old when everything else just seems pristine and new about it. There's also a little bit of the eye clasp that feels odd, but again, other than this, you're not exactly sure what they would be talking about.
I will just still my hands are actually now almost visibly trembling as I'm holding it from the I very much imagine this book and like the feathers as being like the same as my feathers, just sort of reified and fixed in place.
Mm-hmm.
So that it is this almost pure conduit of Behelit's power.
Indeed. We knew that you would accept this, and that you will continue to do Behelit's work in the world as Behelit's charity.
It is my honor to so serve.
And you do not recognize the strap.
I'll immediately scrutinize it again very carefully, but I from what you've said, I don't think I do.
Right.
You
don't know why. It seems to be some sort of animal leather.
I apologize. I do not.
This is interesting when you have carved this leather yourself. Perhaps that is another time that we would discuss that more with you.
Oh. Yes, perhaps that is... Perhaps that is for the best.
Are you willing to return to the world?
Of course, I continue to try to make sure that Burbage can accomplish his mission. As you have ordered me.
Who is...
I'm sorry.
Who is Burb?
Vimeris.
Oh, yes.
Actually, he might have made that
Vimeris.
mistake. He's a little rattled now.
That's all good. Vimeris, yes. Yes. Good. That is still very, very important. Goodbye, Charity. I am always with you. And as a parting gift, please be healed. And you feel immediately a small, like almost like a, it's weird. It's almost a child-sized hand just resting very gently on your good eye. And you feel sort of any residual pain in that eye leave you. And you can see perfectly now out of that eye once again. And as you're doing that, you wake back up in the back room of a bustling tavern. So let's get everyone else back here.
Yes, let's.
What lovely, lovely things.
I'm back.
Excellent. So you've all now completed your long rest or your short rest. And it's probably about 9 o'clock now at night. You feel much more invigorated, though a bit hungry.
Is it still in my hands?
It's what in your head?
You are grasping something that is wrapped in a cloth that no one else really saw you take out of your bag.
I'm going to immediately pull the cloth off of it.
It's again this beautiful white feathered tome with a leather clasp and a sort of wooden eyepiece on the front.
I am sitting there with basically... I've been picturing myself sitting, not legs crossed or anything, but sort of knees up, leaning against the wall. And so this is basically laid across my legs. And I'm just going to curl over it, and tears are streaming down my face.
I'm gonna yawn and stretch and then kind of notice Charity and what is supposed to be a gentle pat, but you know how I am, so it's more of a hard hit on your back. What's Charity? Are you okay?
You also notice something else about Charity. Charity's eye is completely healed, where there's just a bit of a scar then sort of across it. It appears Charity can see out of that eye again.
I'm also going to say it was a normal looking eye, as opposed to the one that's revealed when my eye patch goes. But Stormbringer would probably be observant enough to know that whereas before my iris was sort of a very dark brown, it's now gold.
Charity, are you okay? Also, your eye's a different color.
Yes. I am more than okay. I am well.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Guess you really needed that nap, huh?
Yeah.
Vimeris is still kind of zoned out.
I don't know. When I wake up crying, it's usually not a good thing. But I guess if you're okay.
I am quite well. Thank you.
All right.
Excellent. What would you like to do?
We have to be out of here in an hour, but we're hungry.
Indeed.
At the mention of food, Vimeris looks up and puts the pendant back amongst his belongings.
And you guys have like all this pretty stuff, and I just have weapons.
Yeah, a lot of your belongings are back in your room, Stormbringer.
Which
like
Charity
you have
says
some,
I can't go to.
Right. You have some they would be like tribal heirlooms, a few that you've spirited away.
Well, now I want to go back.
I noticed Charity for the first time. Oh, you look well.
Thank you, Vimeris. I feel well.
I'm gonna stage whisper to Vimeris. He was crying. Are you sure he looks well?
Of course I'm sure he looks well. Look at him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'm staring
Crazy
at-
ass elf.
staring at Charity because I took a look at him quite literally, so I'm just staring fixedly at Charity.
Excellent.
Yeah, I want to walk back out. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you walk back out of the room. The music gets louder. It's certainly more jovial even than before. There's a band playing loudly in the corner.
I hate all of this. Vimeris hates all of this.
So much revelry.
Joy.
And then you
Light.
hear Vimeris, you hear a crash of a glass, like a glass mug that is crashed, and it just draws your attention sort of to the door. And there you see an older elven man with a graying beard and graying sideburns has dropped his mug, and you sort of look up to meet his gaze, and he's staring straight at you, Vimeris, with a horrified look in his face.
Do I recognize him?
You do not.
I'm gonna follow Vimeris out.
Well, I freeze, and I'm locked eyes with this guy, and I'm not blinking, and I'm not looking away, but I'm also not moving.
He moves back and nearly trips over someone as he turns around then and is running out the door.
I'll let him go.
All right.
Do I see you let him go? Because I'm going to sort of like raise my hand for thaumaturgy.
Yeah, do you even see him? Is this something
Charity
everyone's
just
noticing?
comes out. Yeah.
Okay.
So Stormbringer probably saw that, and Charity and Burbage just come out as they sort of hear the door slam shut and in the front of the winky mast.
Everyone always leaves here in such a hurry.
Yeah.
It's because it's loud.
Are you okay, Vimeris? That was kind of weird. You stared him down like a champ, though.
Oh, yeah, no. I never know how to react to you. No, it's so hard. I kind of grunt and I go up to the Dragonborn and I inquire about the food options and whether or not it's already been paid for.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. There's some. We got some steaks that we were just cooking up. You want
Just
one of those?
feed me.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That's fine. Okay, we'll get one of those. Anything to drink?
And ale.
You got it. You got it. Yeah, I'll give you the strong stuff too. You look like you could use it.
Is Vimeris still naked?
But
Naked?
I'm not naked. I'm in my armor.
Naked? What? Wait, what?
I never was naked.
How are you
doesn't have his-
picturing us
he doesn't have his
walking
mask
into
on.
this?
You think my drought was just hanging out this whole time?
Kinda.
Okay,
I
so wait.
was,
The scene of us walking into the tavern was way more interesting in Burbage's perspective. For
I was
us,
naked throughout the entire Sturge fight.
Yeah, back when you took off, back after the sauna, or after the bathhouse.
Yeah, he had just taken
I
off
thought
a
you've been
mask.
naked ever since then. Wait, it was. Oh, you
No,
just. It was just your mask.
I took off my robe and my mask, and
He's
I
like-
have armor underneath the robe.
His like over robe. He's still clothed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely sexy. You can see bits of my arm, bits of my
Agreed.
side, bits of my leg, because, you know.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that's edifying for me. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to clear that up.
How do you think we were still like being assisted
know.
in this town?
I just kind of thought maybe it was a Dungeons and Dragons thing.
No one cares if anyone
all
else
right,
is naked.
Burbage,
Right.
I am going to look around the winking mast
Yeah.
to see if one, if I can, if Arbin's around, and two,
Okay.
just to kind of get a sense of my surroundings, see if I
Yeah.
should feel endangered at all.
No, yeah, give me a perception check.
Will do, Andy. Will do.
Of course you will. All right. You don't see Arbin. He doesn't seem to be here. And most everyone is just carousing and having a good time. But you do catch what seems to be a game, a gambling game in the corner. And it seems to be about 5 different halflings gathered around this table, and they're playing some sort of dice game. And that seems to kind of catch your eye, but other than that, you're not super sure. Yeah, you don't see anything else crazy.
I don't care about that. I'm going to sit next to Vimeris and order another drink.
All right. So the bartender brings over some mead, some ales, and the steak. You start to smell that being cooked.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Uh,
I'd also be like, steak, please.
Yeah,
you got
I'm
it.
asking for food as well.
Yeah, food.
All
food,
right.
food, food.
All right, I like it. Hey, and just so you know, and he like leans in. Your kind is always welcome here. We don't discriminate, all right? Just
Who's
so
he
you know.
talking to?
Mostly the 3 of you: the tiefling, the Goliath,
Mostly
and
all
the
of us.
Mostly the party.
Yeah, Burbage. And, yeah,
He's not talking to me?
not as much.
You're a freaking halfling.
It's not
No.
not that you're unwelcome. It's that he doesn't have to point out that you are welcome.
Oh, because there are like other halflings in the establishment. And...
Yeah.
And everywhere generally.
Most everyone likes halflings. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna nod at the bar to
I'll
Keith
sort
and
of-
be like, "Thank you."
That is appreciated.
Yeah, no problem.
I just kind of roll my eyes.
Nice. So the door swings open to the winking mast, and you start to hear like, oh, come on, man, come on. And in strides like this young, probably like 15-year-old human boy, and he's carrying sort of a large scroll. And everyone's groaning and like, oh no! Oh.
Do I know what this is?
Yeah. No, you have no idea.
Okay.
The music stops dead. The boy sort of is motioning over. He gets a stool and then stands up on it, and people are sort of groaning and saying boo, boo. And he begins. He seems to be a town crier, and he begins sort of with the news of the day. And he unfolds the scroll and he begins to read in a loud voice, completely trying to ignore the boos and shouts around him. He says, "Wrath in flames, burned to the ground for not worshipping the true gods. Bovalia sends warnings of plague. Mind your children. The poisoner of the poor is still active. Be careful of your tea. The Merchants Guild has elected a new leader, Azad Glorygem. Mysterious appearing island vanishes again. Wrath in flames, burned to the ground for not worshipping the true gods.
You're
You
repeating.
already said that
Bovalia
one.
sends warnings of plague. Mind your children." And again, everyone's just booing and
Boo.
starting to now throw stuff. And you're booing along with it. "The poisoner of the poor is still active. Be careful of your tea. The Merchants Guild has elected a new leader, Azad Glorygem. mysterious appearing island vanishes again, and he rolls up his thing and then starts to dart out of the room as now just like beer is being sloshed at him and tomatoes are being thrown.
As all of that kind of dies down, I'd like to talk to my friends. Hey, God.
Jesus, pause.
What's wrong?
Guys, that annoying newsboy does bring up a point that I've been wanting to talk about. Am I the only one among the four of us who gives a shit that Roth burned down?
Stormbringer just kind of shrugs.
None of you seem to care. That boy that we talked to on the docks, he was probably there. He probably died. You realize that, right?
I am very well aware of that.
I finish my drink. And I flag down the Dragonborn, and I want another drink.
Oh, maybe you slow down, huh?
I mean, it's okay, you guys, about Roth. Death isn't like a thing that's happened. It's not a real thing. It's not a big deal.
Stormbringer, you keep saying that, and I'd love to explore what exactly you mean. Could you expand on that?
Yeah! And at that, Stormbringer gets really excited. So this is something that a lot of people outside my Goliath tribe don't really understand, and I don't know why. But death's not really a thing. When you die, you stop moving, but I mean, that's it. And your body lives on, and you live on. Things eat you, things digest you, you grow in the ground, you rot. It's this whole little ecosystem that you become. You're not really dead. You're still alive. It's not a big deal. You just don't move anymore. And I guess you probably don't, think about it anymore. But that's okay.
I'm going to nod seriously and silently at Stormbringer for a few solid seconds. And then I'm going to turn to Charity and I'm going to ask, what about you? Is that what you think? Is that what you believe?
Of course death is a thing.
It's not.
So, what about this Behelit you're always talking about? What's his deal?
Her.
Her, sorry.
In what sense?
I don't know, any sense. Does she believe in death?
Well, I imagine she does, given that she receives the souls of the dead, though she herself is immortal.
Oh, what's that? What? What's a soul?
Not right now.
Ugh.
And
What do you
Stormbringer's
believe
just
in,
sitting there looking
Burbage?
really confused.
Sorry, what?
Vimeris is getting a little bit more sloshed. And,
Yeah.
Drunk
Yeah.
Vimeris time.
and he looks at Burbage. He's like, what do you believe in?
What
As
do
he
I
looks at
believe?
you, Burbage, he has like whiskers that have grown like off of his face, like not like a mustache, but
Like,
Like
I'm
a kitty?
turning into a cat?
yeah, like actual whiskers. It seems like when he's drunk, he has a tiny bit of a hard time controlling some of his features.
I don't notice it.
Not at
That's
all.
fun. Well, I don't believe in much, I'll tell you that. I think anybody who believes in anything is likely a sucker. I believe that you're growing whiskers in your face.
I reach
And-
up and and I start
Yeah.
giggling.
And mostly, if I had to say what I believe in, I believe that everybody can only really count on themselves. I believe
That's
that
not true.
life is an endless series of painful, awful situations and experiences, and that anybody who doesn't learn from them quickly and learn to take care of themselves and only themselves is a sucker.
I'm just watching you with my mouth like agape, and it's just like, truth.
I'm gonna look back and forth between the two of you, and my face is kind of fallen, and I
I
look
raised my-
legitimately hurt and sad.
I
Like,
raise my glass.
Vimeris, Burbage, you're my tribe. We can count on each other. You don't think you can count on me?
Stormbringer, I'm sorry. Just when I drink, I get this way. I will say, that, having met the three of you, I'm starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, there's something to be said for, I don't know, friendship, solidarity, teamwork. But if any of you betrays me, I'll kill you.
Well, that's not a thing, so that's not a very good threat. But
We got
I
you.
would never betray you. You guys are my tribe.
We got you off the boat, didn't we?
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for that. Thank you.
As you were listing off everything, my glass was being lowered and lowered, demoralized. And then you said that last part, and I was like, right there with you again.
I'd like to raise. Here's a toast to enjoying each other until we can't anymore.
Stormbringer just looks confused, but raises her glass.
Charity's gonna kind of go. All right, why not?
And drink. We all. I drink. Yeah.
Yeah, Stormbringer drinks, still looking confused.
I drank, yeah.
Beautiful.
Where's our food?
The steaks are immediately now being passed around. They're pretty hearty, and you're not exactly sure. They're not exactly beef steaks, but whatever.
Stormbringer just starts digging in.
Yeah,
I do too.
It's quite tasty, especially after such a terrifying long day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I still have whiskers?
No.
did-
If he
did they
if
go
he
away once
called
I noticed
attention- Yeah, once he called attention to him, you sort of rubbed your face, and they were gone.
They'd get in the way.
They do. Excellent. Well, after your drink, after your food, you are now quite sleepy. What is it that you would like to do next?
Do those steaks recover hit points by any chance?
They don't. Sorry. You've definitely had enough for like another or another short rest if you wanted to use another hit die.
Would we have recovered the not recovered, but we would have gained the hit points that we would have gained from leveling, right?
Yes. That's true.
Okay.
so your max and your current increased by the same amount that you added.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
So your
does that
current, I
mean?
think, went up 3 Burbage.
That was from yeah. I remember that. But then did the max go up when I leveled up?
Yes. Yeah, the max went up the same amount.
I thought Burbage rolled 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, 5. Well, luckily it's recorded, so there you go. So you're now at 20 max hit points.
But my current hit points, did that go up by 5 also with the level?
Yes.
So I'll put
I'm
that-
super sorry that
No, no, you're
those
good.
obvious
man.
things are kind of.
You're good.
Thank you.
A lot of it, like D&D is really confusing when you're first learning it. It took me a long time to get all of this stuff.
Indeed.
It's a ton to keep track of.
Okay, so now we have to decide something to do.
Yes.
Yeah. The next. Yeah. I mean, if you want me to remind you of possible things, but
We're supposed to
Okay.
meet with Ponway at the ceramics shop
But
yeah,
that's not till tomorrow, right?
tomorrow. Yeah,
right at noon.
but it's getting on towards night. So
I think we should just go find somewhere safe to sleep and get a long rest.
Shouldn't we maybe investigate what's going on in that side room tonight? It might
What
involve
do you mean, shouldn't?
it might involve Arbin, because the last time we saw him, he was coming out of that room, I believe. Maybe we should just hang around and see if anything happens. Or
I mean,
we could do something else. I don't really.
You also haven't explored your rooms where you have been staying, and you're a little worried too that the last couple days someone has gotten to them somehow.
Yeah, I want to see Stormbringer's room. Stormbringer,
shall we
why don't we all go back to your room and hang out?
return to
Sure.
our rooms and then we could possibly return to the Sandkeeper's quarters to spend the night?
sure. Yeah, we can go to my room.
Excellent. Yeah. Do you leave then right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No, so you start making your way through the town.
And I'm keeping my eye out for lizard people.
I'm also keeping my eye
Excellent.
out for a stall selling like just a quarterstaff. I know that you said like all stalls is generally for weapons, but I figure a quarterstaff isn't
Yeah.
anything super fancy.
Not at all. Nope. So you're making your way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast.
Face is past and I'm homebound.
Actually kind of describes what's about to happen for me.
That is actually true. It's not my home, but it's
Yeah.
where I've been staying.
So you're making your way to the Blue Fort Inn, but you're kind of going by the market first. And the market in dark is beautiful. It's lit up by these floating lanterns all the way around the market. There's still people mulling around. There's still shops that are open. A lot of food is being sold right now, but there are a few kind of specialty weapon places that are open. And one of them you pass, the person is like, yes, you come, you buy from me, yes, I have many weapons, I have all the weapons.
That's a really freaking sketchy way to try to attract business, Andy. Just so you're
Fine, it's
aware.
fine. All the weapons, you can have something if you pay for it.
You know my reaction is just automatically.
Yeah. You don't detect anything from this stall, though a couple stalls over, which is weird because you didn't even notice there was a stall there. You start to see a few glowing items. And then you notice something else weird, that most everyone who's passing by that stall, no one is looking at it. No one is looking in. It's almost as if no one sees that stall.
I'm
But
gonna
there's nothing here.
nudge Vimeris, and I'm gonna point at the just very sort of casually, like more pointing with my chin, like, do you see that stall?
Do I see it?
You see several stalls. Yeah, you see several of them over there, and then you just see kind of a bunch of people milling around.
But the ones he's specifically looking at.
It's hard to tell what exactly he's looking at.
So I'm gonna describe the stall as I see it, like if there's a
Right.
particular table arrangement, particular color or anything.
So he describes a very dark stall with sort of black curtains that have been draped around it. He describes very, very fine wrought tables that are set up on either side, and there are about 4 different items on each sort of shelf. And then there are 3 hooded figures on the inside of the stall, just waiting quietly and patiently. And he describes that to you, and you don't see any of that. That does not look like anything you see.
I do not see that stall, Charity.
Huh. I was a little afraid of that.
Are you going mad?
No, I suspect it's related to the fact that I am currently detecting magic.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn back
But
to
you buy all my stuff, huh?
all of your stuff.
Yeah,
No,
you buy all of it. 400 gold. I give you the stall. I'll even help you carry it away.
no, thank you.
We don't have 400
Do you have
gold.
do you have a
400 gold. What are you
quarterstaff?
doing? I do. I have a good quarterstaff. And he starts kind of rummaging through, like he's pulling out some blankets from the back. And he pulls up this quarterstaff, and he says, "Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one." And Vimeris, you instantly recognize it as a druid's staff. It's more of a staff meant for honing and controlling nature magic rather than using it as a weapon.
Does it seem magical to me? Because I do still have detect magic up.
It does not. No, it looks like more of a focus.
I'm not very interested in it, but am I interested in warning Charity?
I mean,
not.
it doesn't look great to Charity
Yeah,
either.
Yeah.
I'll probably sort of wave him away.
Yeah, I'm tired of that man's
okay,
accent.
okay. Yeah, you have the accent. I don't.
I'm tired of that accent. We're moving through NPCs based on Andy's voices.
No, I don't want to buy from this guy because he sounds annoying. Well, let me tell you, folks, there's plenty more of those.
So I'm just gonna keep. I would keep looking because again, I figure quarterstaff is pretty common even for just like travelers' gear.
Certainly, yeah.
So-
yeah.
I'm also
Yeah,
gonna be
you know, like about 4 or 5 stalls down, you can see one sort of hanging up on the wall next to a couple of daggers.
Yeah, so I'll probably move down towards those.
All right, one of the daggers is silvered, and then above it is the staff.
And I'm just continual. Detect magic lasts for 10 minutes, so
Yeah,
I'm just feeling
you're not
magical.
seeing anything
Yeah.
here magical. Yeah.
So I'll point to the quarterstaff.
Excellent. Yeah. That's here you go. And then it's the normal price for whatever those are.
Okay, it's 2 silver. I'll hand him
Cool.
the 2 silver.
Excellent. Thanks. Can I come again?
Sorry. Thank you. Come again. Yep. So I'm gonna take that. Like, good. This should come in handy. And at this, I'm gonna like bring the group. Sort of make sure that everyone's with me, and I want to move towards that weird stall
Okay.
that other people don't seem to see.
Yeah.
And I want to be basically what I want to do is I want to stop in front of it, but not right in front of it. If you see what I mean, like I want to be 15 feet away from the front of it, but just directly in line with it.
Excellent.
And basically,
You're pretty sure the 3 hooded figures are just watching you.
neat. I'm gonna say. So, does anyone else see the stall that I'm standing in front of?
Do we see it now that he's standing there?
No, you
I
don't
think I shake
exactly
my
know what he's
head.
talking about. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like,
I'll shake
carts
my
and stuff,
head.
but there's lots of people running around. You don't. Yeah, he's being weird.
Hey, Charity, ever since you woke up crying earlier, you've been acting real strange.
I mean, no, not ever since, but this is strange.
It started way before.
I'm gonna sort of reach out and like boop Burbage on the shoulder. You just feel better. You feel like really capable.
Ooh,
Oh,
all right.
thank you.
So I'm gonna turn back to it and go. Do they see anything like 15 feet in front of me?
They see some carts. There's sort of a crowd of people that are just like talking to each other. That's about it.
Do I see that crowd of people?
You see a few people there.
But I'm beginning to
That are kinda
suspect
milling
probably
around talking.
illusion magic then? Or something weird is happening. Like we're seeing fundamentally different takes on reality.
Yes.
Huh. Don't like that. I'm just gonna say, yeah, there's something strange happening, and I don't like it. Perhaps we'll continue on.
Just gonna kind of nod and look at you confused, but I'll follow your lead.
All right.
Do I feel like the figures react at all to me moving?
If like tall hooded figures could kind of all sigh at the same time with their shoulders, yeah, that seems to be what happens.
Then I'll pause for a second, and I'm going to actually go back up, and I'm going to walk so that I'm, standing at the normal distance that someone would to
Yeah.
to interact with a merchant. And say,
Okay.
hello?
One of them sort of almost floats forward slightly to like right behind the table, and then with these long robes that you don't even see hands in, you know they're just draping long in
Yeah.
front of the person. They're sort of motioning at the items on the table.
Why does no one else see you?
It sort of looks back to the other two and then shrugs its shoulders.
What would I check to see? Like, what do I think these are? Well, two things. I actually want to make 2 checks, and it's probably only me who can make them, since I'm the only one who seems to be seeing them. What do I think these things are? And do I sense any hostility from them? Or, like, ill will?
From the creatures?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have no idea. You're trying to get like a look inside their hoods, and they're just really low and dark, and it's kind of night anyway, and there's no light in this corner of the market. You can't get a good look at all. They're tall. They're sort of just a little... they're shorter than Stormbringer, but taller than Vimeris and you. And they're kind of thin. And they're very graceful in their motions. And you haven't heard them speak yet.
Okay. And then, would it be any, like, an insight check to see if I think they have ill will towards me? Yeah.
Sure, you're going to have to do it with disadvantage because you really have no idea how to gauge these reactions. All right. I mean, you feel okay. This whole place feels sketchy, so it's really difficult to tell.
And I'm just going to say, where did you come by these wares?
All 3 of them sort of motion off beyond you, beyond Stormbringer, just kind of in the direction, like, in this direction.
Gonna blink.
You don't know if that means, like, the river or west.
Okay. As I'm detecting magic, you said that, some of these were magical.
Yeah, all 4 items on each of the tables are magical.
Okay. And generally, what is there?
There's a wand, just a simple wooden wand, it looks like. There's a necklace. There's a deck of playing cards. And there is like greaves, like armor on the front table. On the other, there's 2 other tables, and then they have items in boxes. It looks like on each of the tables that are just glowing.
Let me ask you, what are in these boxes?
They sort of shake their heads and then motion at the items on the front table.
Those are not for me?
Again, they shake their heads no.
But as in, I think they're agreeing with me in that sense?
Right, exactly. And Vimeris, Stormbringer, and Burbage, you've lost track of Charity for now. He's like in the crowd somewhere. So you're just kind of waiting for him to come back. You don't actually see him.
Do I see the lizard person across the river?
Give me a perception check.
With my elf eyes, it is nighttime.
Yeah. So you're good. You're normal.
Damn.
You do not. Sorry.
Can I see if it's possible that maybe I haven't lost track of Charity? Like, can I be looking for him or something?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Yeah, you can't see him. He must be... You saw him just sort of go into this crowd, so he must be around there somewhere looking at... He said he wanted to buy a staff, so...
I'm going to move over to where I last saw him and start calling for him, because I don't like people from my group being gone.
Yeah,
so
Charity, about 10 feet then behind you, Stormbringer is sort of calling your name. And there's really no one in between the 2 of you.
And I have increasing levels of panic in my voice.
I'm going to move back towards her.
Okay. Stormbringer, he just kind of, appears right next to you. Like, oh, he must have, yeah.
Charity, where did you come from?
Remember the stall that I can see that no one else can?
Yeah.
Seems like the effect extends beyond the stall. Here,
Can you take me to the stall?
I'm gonna take Stormbringer by the hand
Okay.
and step forward.
Excellent. Yeah, you take Stormbringer by the hand and have stepped forward, and you're about right up against the cart now that you were standing at before.
Do
And
I
it's,
see the cart?
Yeah, everyone sees the cart. Yeah, it's just a nice little regular cart.
This is the one with the...
Yeah, its harnesses are up on it. It's got a nice big round wheel.
I'm gonna step back to where I like took her hand with her and say, "Stay right here."
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
And step forward again.
And Charity, in your mind, you're having trouble reconciling this because you now realize that you were just standing in front of a cart for about 4 minutes. And you don't even remember exactly what that place was, though you get a bit of a sense of some sort of magic there.
Okay, and I don't see anything now?
Right, and you're still, the detect magic is still active, and
Okay.
you don't see anything there.
I'm gonna step back and be like, okay, this is good. There's magical, possibly ethereal salespeople.
Oh, is that normal for cities?
No, it's not. But it's what's happening. Anyway, let's go to the inn.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna, if we're walking away, I'd just like to point out that Burbage probably has taken what Charity just said very seriously. Like he's kind of like, he probably really kind of empathizes with Charity, feeling like he's seeing things that other people can't see.
Interesting. Okay. Burbage, as you're sort of leaving the main area of the market, there is a small gnomish woman who sort of strides up to you and says, "Oh, love, fancy a game? Oh, looks like you'd be really good at it, you would."
Oh, God.
Fancy a what? What did you say?
A game. You want a game? Come here. And she starts to kind of lead you over
No.
to aside.
No, absolutely not.
You got a
I'm
bit
going
of
with my
coin in your
friends.
pocket, don't you? I can feel it. And she starts to kind of grab at your butt and stuff. And then she's smiling.
I'm gonna like physically force her away from me.
Oh, don't be like that, love. Kisses.
No, get off of me.
I'm gonna put my
just
hand on
licked
Burbage's
me.
shoulder and be like, he said no, really
Oh,
harshly at her, and I'm definitely trying to like freak her out.
Yeah. Okay, well, sorry about that. Didn't mean nothing by it. Don't forget, Burbage. And then she like walks away.
Did you tell her your name?
No,
No.
don't forget.
When
Don't forget.
when the DM says no.
That's nothing. Let's just get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
Oh, the market.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
All right.
Creepy place.
So
This
you're
is a
walking
creepy place.
by Ostholtz, where seriously only hours earlier you robbed the place. Got a guy arrested.
We did not rob
That's
it.
not
All
what
right.
happened.
I think
I did maybe try to blind a guy though.
Yeah,
was a
Burbage
nuanced-
stabbed someone with a spider fang, but he didn't work there, I don't think.
yeah. I
I
think
don't think
guy
that
was
dude worked.
He was a criminal.
All right. Yeah. So you make it across the bridge. You make it up to the Blue Fort Inn.
Before we go in, first I want to run something by the group. This wouldn't necessarily help us sneak to our rooms, would it? Because it's not creatures.
Creature means
No,
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
creature
yeah.
means you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this could.
It, however, might be more useful after we leave the rooms to
Okay.
make sure that we're not tracked to where we're going.
Okay. I'm worried there's an ambush in here.
Yeah, there
I
probably
mean, they'd
is.
have to have been waiting for like a whole day and a half, 2 days, something.
Not even 24 hours, but yeah.
I just saw a sketchy ass elf, and I'm a little freaked. Now,
Yeah.
as we get closer. So okay, I'll save it. I'll save it.
Let's
All
all
right.
make sure we stay together and stuff.
All right, so do you go in the main doors, I assume? Or are you trying to sneak in by yourselves? Vimeris, your room is sort of overlooking the river, and Stormbringer, yours is on the second floor.
I don't think
on
I've
this
mentioned
side.
that I have a room here.
True, I'm just telling you. I guess.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah.
So
So right now, you're only going to Stormbringers.
yeah,
I mean, if no one says anything to me, I'll probably just go in the main doors.
All right.
I'd probably just follow.
Okay.
yeah, I'm following to see what happens.
Yeah, you go in the main doors. Yeah. Sort of the innkeepers are down there just accepting people in as well. And it's a fairly nice establishment. It's pretty big. And Stormbringer, you would just turn right and then go up the stairs to get to your room.
Okay, so I'm heading there.
I'm following.
Okay.
Me too.
Following.
Also switching detect magic back on as necessary.
Does anything at all look weird to me? Like, I mean, I've been staying here for a while. Does anything seem different?
No.
Okay, then I'll just head up to my room.
Yeah, everything seems normal.
Do
Charity,
I-
yeah, you're not detecting anything. And
Do
Vimeris,
I-
you smell a very familiar but odd smell.
Okay. I don't mention it yet.
So Stormbringer, yeah, you go up to your room on your second floor. Again, it's your door's locked. It's everything seems normal.
I'm going to ask Burbage, can you make sure this door isn't trapped in any way? I'm a little nervous about what happened with Charity's place.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Is that an investigation check?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't think it's trapped at all. You sort of give it a quick look.
Can I trust that?
Honestly, if
Hopefully.
Stormbringer had asked you to check it, I probably would also have at least given it a once-over. I was going to say, because we can do 2 people rolling, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would have checked as well.
Go for it. Ho!
Awesome.
It is trapped. Yeah.
Oh,
There is a very, very fine wire that you see on the inside of the hinge of the door that when you open the door, it's going to pull something.
I'm going to immediately point that out.
Can one of you disarm it? I mean, I can smash it, but that might not be the best idea. Maybe.
Do you still have your detect magic up? Yeah, probably
Yeah.
because you just did it. It's something magical too. The wire itself is something magical.
Huh. I'm going to point that out. What school of magic is it?
It is. Let me look. Abjuration.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna point out that the wire is magical. I'm gonna point out that it's abjuration magic. Do I see any way to sort of remove it without triggering it?
Oh, give me an Arcana check. No, yeah, you're worried if you cut it or do anything normal that you would to a normal trap, you're going to set off the magical effect.
I will say that to everybody.
I could try climbing in the window.
I will also look at it.
Kind of same thing, Vimeris. Yeah, you don't exactly know how to disarm this without the effect going off, whatever the effect is. In Stormbringer, there's on the edge of the second floor hallway is another window, and your room is just like 2 rooms over from that. If you wanted to try to climb outside.
I want to try to do that, but can one of you who's good at looking for traps, like hold on to my neck while I do that or something, so you can check the window for traps before I try to go in it?
Maybe Burbage, who's sort of a dexterous, sneaky person who could just go out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
so you want to climb
kind
on
of your
Stormbringer.
shtick.
Yeah,
How out of
I'm
the
gonna
way?
Climbing out
kneel
the second
down.
floor window.
I'm on me.
How many people were in the Blue Fort Inn? Like,
I mean, there's probably about 50 or 60 there now.
and we're hidden from them completely, or
You're in a hallway, so
yeah,
you're
we're in a hallway,
right outside of several different rooms. Yeah.
and nobody's passed us yet. Okay,
No one yet.
okay.
So is Burbage, are you on my back?
Sure am.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna climb over to the window.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Oh dear.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, that's good.
All right, she climbs out the window and starts to very slowly make her way across. There's not a lot of a railing or a lip here outside the window. It's essentially you're just walking on kind of the molding of the building as you're going across. Burbage, it's a tall 2 stories. You're like 30 feet up at least.
Just hold on tight.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but Stormbringer seems like sure-footed, like almost like she's climbed mountains a lot in her life.
Andy,
Weird.
lest you forget, I've done a lot of parkour as Burbage.
You
Very
have
acrobatic.
not super successfully,
I was gonna say I seem to remember a double fumble.
if I remind you.
Also,
Yeah,
just
well,
while you guys are while they're doing that, as they're starting to go along, Vimeris, I'm assuming you're still sort of by me.
Yeah.
You're going to see me take my quarterstaff that I'm holding and look like I'm thinking about something for a second, and then sparking up the staff, you'll see almost feathers erupt from it, and then freeze in place.
Ooh.
So now it just sort of almost looks like just a very decorated staff. It's hard to tell that the feathers were ever not there.
What's the plan?
The plan is being ready.
Okay, I thought you were just going to bash it in. I was game.
Hell yeah.
No, I think we're going to let them do the thing that they're doing first.
All right.
All right, Stormbringer, you make
Oh,
it.
whoops.
Oh, you're good.
Also,
Okay.
shillelagh.
I'll do the same.
As the casters
Okay.
get the stabs ready.
Yep. Yeah. So Stormbringer, you move around the first window right next to it, and there's some people fucking in there.
Well, I'm just gonna
Whoa!
ignore that.
Oh,
Do either of you look more closely?
I'm
look
pretty focused on my
over your head.
footing.
I look more closely. I look very closely.
oh God.
Okay. So Stormbringer's like, oh, she reverts her head and is climbing by, and just on her back, Burbage, you're just staring straight in there. You recognize the male, who's a rather large dwarf. He was the windmaster last night that you guys paid off to get the owlbears out, and he is with a beautiful elven girl.
Nice.
I'm continuing to climb.
Now, hey, wait up.
All right.
Hold on. Can we just wait a second?
Burbage, you can.
I'm gonna keep.
I don't. do this later.
Not really. I mean,
Look, I'll climb you up to other windows, okay?
can I quick do a perception check on
Yeah.
the sex?
Okay.
Like, are you trying to good sex?
Yeah, like what position? What position are they in?
Okay.
It's
Well,
Stormbringer, move faster.
all right. It's one from
trying.
it's one called the Anvil from the Dwarven 42 Techniques. It's a book that you read, a smutty book on 42 techniques of
All
sex.
right.
And this is one's
Hold
called
on.
the Anvil.
Just let me Google that.
And it's one where the male is kind of, well, why don't you just Google everyone? The
Well,
Anvil.
there's
No, I am not.
there's the
I
Kama
would
Sutra.
prefer that we just had Stormbringer move it along and keep the creepy
Oh, okay.
halfling.
what is even
Yeah.
happening right
Just
now?
Yeah,
Shit,
okay. I
basically. Okay.
okay. I'm like
Andy-
seriously now considering just breaking the door. Like,
Okay, I'm continuing climbing to my window.
Stormbringer, they're doing the anvil back there. Do you know the anvil?
I don't know what that means, Burbage. I'll take you to windows later, okay?
All right, just saying. The anvil could be pretty fun.
I don't know
keep
what
moving.
you're talking about. So am I outside my window?
You are now outside your window, yeah.
Okay, Burbage, can you check this for traps before I open it?
Yeah, I'll give it a look.
Go
Let's
ahead,
see.
Burbage. Investigation, please.
For the record, I don't have the best investigation skill. But I'll give it a crack.
All right. Yeah, from what you can tell, you're pretty sure it's not trapped.
Well, from what I can tell, I'm pretty sure it's not trapped.
However, Stormbringer, the curtains are not completely drawn in your room, and you can see inside. The room is destroyed. The room
Oh,
is ransacked. Every soft surface was cut open, looking for stuff, and just looking around, most of your belongings that you kept in here are just gone.
oh. I look kind of upset. Is there a spot for me to set Burbage down so he's not on my back?
Not real.
There's not like a lead? Okay,
No.
well, Burbage, we're going in.
Let's do it.
Sorry if this was trapped. And I'm gonna open it.
All right, you open it up, and nothing happens. You're fine.
Awesome. And climb in
I
there with
told
Burbage
you
on my
it
back.
wasn't
As soon as you
trapped.
open
Thank
it
you,
up,
Burbage.
a
Good job.
very, very powerful smell erupts out of it. You both have been around long enough to know that this is the smell of a dead body that's been there a little bit.
Ah, Stormbringer.
I'm making kind of a face.
Do you keep dead bodies in your room?
Not
Stormbringer, you do not normally keep dead bodies.
no, not normally. I don't think I left one here.
Don't they have
Um,
room service here? Jesus, just
They-
daily cleaning.
I mean,
or
they
something.
do. I don't eat people. I'm gonna
All right,
climb through
well-
the window.
All right, you climb through the window. You can now see the source of that smell, as crumpled up in the corner is a fairly bloated body of a sailor that you seem to recognize as the one that you left floating in the river or floating in the docks yesterday. He's one of
Refresh
Milo's.
my memory. Okay, this is one of Milo's. Okay.
Yes.
A lot has happened in a couple of days. Okay, I'm gonna kind of gag and cover my mouth and gesture at the door and say, Burbage, can you see if you can get that trap undone from this side?
Yeah, I can check on that. I'd also just like to note that Burbage does not gag because he doesn't have a gag reflex.
Good to know.
I get it.
Somewhere that cart guy goes sexual.
I guess I'll do the.
Somewhere down by the docks, he goes, ha ha!
I guess I'll do an investigation check on this trap from this side.
Excellent. Yeah. You hear immediately a loud
Do we hear
as
it on the other
a
side?
giant bell just is ringing furiously. You absolutely hear it everywhere.
Oh no.
Can we see a bell, or is this magic?
You do not see it at all, no. But it's very loud, and you're sure most everyone in the Blue Fort Inn and the surrounding area is hearing this as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna panic and try to disarm this trap with my thieves' tools. Can I just disarm
And so
this?
forth.
Can I just disarm it with my thieves' tools?
There's nothing to disarm. You don't see any physical thing here.
Can I talk
Burbage.
to Charity and Vimeris from this on the other side of the door?
I've been
Yeah,
moving
sure.
away from the door, probably.
Okay.
Actually, I probably would have sort of quickly whispered in, "Get out!"
Burbage, get back on my back. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna jump up on Stormbringer's back.
And
Alright.
kind of as I'm going to go climb out the window, I'm looking around to see if anything, like a note or anything, was left here, like there was at Charity's
no.
place.
Yeah, you don't see anything right away. If you wanted to look more closely, you could give me like a perception or an investigation check. But
How long would that take?
6
Like
seconds.
in game time?
Yeah.
6 seconds? Okay. I'll do a perception check real quick.
All right.
Or I guess, does it matter which one of those I do?
No.
Okay.
Just different kinds of things you're looking for.
Oh, nice.
Jeez. While most of the room is completely destroyed, you do see that underneath the body there was laid a pillow, and you're pretty sure a small sliver of a piece of paper is sticking behind that.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that and then climb out the window with Burbage.
All right.
Okay, as she's doing that, or not
Yeah.
as she's doing that, but after I basically whispered in the like "Get out,"
Yeah.
from another one down like here, another room.
Yeah.
I'm going to thaumaturgy and recreate that bell sound.
Excellent. It's not near as loud, but definitely similar. Yeah. To the sound. Excellent. And
One other thing, just I want to ask for where we came in. There was there's a door, right, that's into the main room, like into the common room downstairs.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And Stormbringer and Burbage, you hop on her back, I assume.
Yes, sir.
All right. Give me an athletics check, Stormbringer, to get out onto the ledge, climb away. Definitely, you're rattled, so just keep that in mind. But you are quite experienced. You are able to move pretty deftly. Now, as you pass by the window again of the other room, the Windmaster is very hurriedly getting on his cloak and his stuff again, and the elven woman is just sort of sprawled out on the bed. She seems to be making like gentle pleas for him to return, but he's very excited right now.
Do I see, as time is progressing here, do I see anyone coming in or out of the door? Like the doorway is unoccupied, basically, is what I'm going for.
For the front
Yeah.
of the building? Well, you're upstairs in that second level hallway right now. So it's
I
gonna
was
be
kind
very
of trying to
difficult.
move back down towards the stairs.
Oh, okay.
I
So you
wasn't
move
sure
back-
which direction
so the
they
stairs
were.
are a little bit up.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's fine. So you've moved back down the stairs just a little bit, And now you see certainly people running around. Several of them are just exiting the building itself. And you now see probably like innkeepers getting around a large ring of keys and are starting to make their way toward you.
I want to go check out my room.
All right, yours is again on the second floor, down the hall.
Yeah, I want to walk down the hall real quick, and I want to check the door.
Stormbringer, from outside, down the street just a little bit, you start to hear, "Oi, what's going on over there?" And you kind of turn your head to see, and it's certainly one of the guards is now making his way this way. And you see him pull out a light crossbow, and he's shouting at you, "Get down from there! What's that noise? You need to get down from there."
Is he... How far from the ground am I?
30 feet.
Oof.
Okay. I'm going to kind of say, okay, and start climbing down.
Okay. Are you cool with that, Bourbon?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, wait, who is this guy yelling at us?
He's a
One of
guard.
the guards. He's pulling out a crossbow.
Yeah, I think it's probably best for me to stay with Stormbringer.
All right. You're starting to climb down, and he's running up then toward you. Charity Vimeris just like walks very quickly past you down as you're kind of in the stairwell almost. And Vimeris, you get up to your room and you again smell that common smell.
Yeah, the smell's probably gotten stronger.
Yeah.
Does the door look like anyone messed with it?
It does not from the
No
outside.
traps.
No.
Also, just as a note, Andy, I'm waiting for there to be for the door to be closed and for there to be no one going in or out.
Oh, okay. That definitely occurs. There's a small break in
Okay.
people coming in or out.
As soon as it does, I'm going to sort of whisper thaumaturgy, slam it open in such a way that it would seem like someone just ran full tilt into the door and bashed their way through.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to sort of point, be like,
Give me
the door just flew open. It's not a lie.
Give me a performance or a deception check.
They're the same.
Either way.
Okay. Okay, yeah. The innkeepers look confused, and now they start kind of motioning back. They're not quite leaving the area, but they're motioning back toward the normal door. So it looks like you bought a little bit of time. And then you hear like upstairs a door just like slam open, and sort of a muffled "What's going on?"
I'm just going to also keep
Coming down.
moving sort of downstairs and
Yeah.
maybe hiss up Vimeris.
And-
Yeah,
and
I'm
the-
gonna open my door.
All right, you get your key out, open your door. The room is again completely destroyed. All of the plants that you had have been like sort of collecting and keeping in the room have been just torn out, and then scattered across the ground. They're
I
pretty
look
much
horrified.
unsalvageable at this point. Specifically, the one that we had mentioned earlier was ripped out of its pot.
Do I see any note?
Give me a investigation.
Do I see?
or
Do I see
perception.
anything that I want to like?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't see a lot, except when you sort of go to exit the room. You see on the back side of the door now that there's a silver dagger crammed into a note on the door.
Okay, I take the note, and I take one final look at my room. Dead friends. And I leave. I rush after Charity.
All right, you exit into the hallway and almost come face to face with the Windmaster who's charging down the hallway. Do you want to try to avert your gaze, or or anything like
Do
that.
we like bump into each other, or
Almost. You're facing each other, kind of heading toward the same.
okay? I want to kind of shrink to the side and let him pass.
All right. You see him sort of staring at you just a little bit with a furrowed brow, but you had a mask on last night.
I was going to say, he had a mask on, now he's a drow.
Yeah. So he just runs then down the stairs, kind of after Charity. Charity, did you go out the front?
Yeah, like after that, I probably would have followed out.
Yeah.
Like after I gestured that like someone had thrown open the door, and I felt like, okay, I've bought us at least a moment of milling around, I would slip out and move probably down the alley this way.
Yeah. All right.
And I would try to catch up,
Right. So the
or if I can.
Windmaster hangs over by the innkeepers and is sort of shouting and talking at them, and you slip behind them, then Vimeris, and out the door. Though you do hear one of the innkeepers say, "Well, what about that one over there?"
And as soon as I come out this door, I want to change into a cat.
Do you have another one left?
We just had a short rest.
You do, yeah. If you get those back,
I get 2 charges per short rest.
I love it. All right. Whew.
And I'm going to hurry up and be...
Cat?
Yeah. You don't necessarily, because I only have 2 HP. You don't have to...
It's fine, yeah. You can control it, I think, so.
Okay, yeah, I can.
All right.
Meow.
I'm gonna look at the cat. Vimeris?
The cat meows.
Okay, good.
All right, Stormbringer and Burbage, the guard has now rushed up to you, and he's calling over like some other guards, and he has his crossbow, his light crossbow, trained on you two. And he says, "Well, what's going on? What are you doing? Why are you climbing around out there?"
We were just locked out of our room, sir.
Yeah.
You go ask the innkeeper. You don't climb around.
Well, I didn't want to disturb him. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people at the inn.
What's that noise? What's that noise in there?
I don't know. It just started going off. I have no idea what that is.
Well,
fire
come with me.
alarm?
Let's go talk to the innkeepers.
About the noise?
Yeah, come on. Let's go. And he's kind of poking his crossbow at you to move toward the main door.
I'll go with him.
Which way is the main door? It's on this side, right?
Them? Yeah, it's right.
You're like where I just came out, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop around so that we can see them.
Okay.
I'm doing that cat thing where I'm tangling myself up in your legs.
Right.
At this, I'm actually just gonna plop you up on my shoulder.
Okay, that's acceptable. Human. Or, I mean, tiefling.
I'm like, I'm not a human. I'm gonna see that, and then I'm trying to think. I can see the bridge behind me pretty clearly.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, but I just
Or
mean
the
like
one right behind you.
yeah, this one.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I'm trying to think. I'm going to cause a thaumaturgy again, and a scream from the bridge.
Okay.
Pretty much. It can be a straight up like Wilhelm scream.
Nice.
That was more Goof Troop than Wilhelm. But
All right. The guard next to you, Stormbringer, is now very, very jumpy. You can tell, and he's like, "Whoa, what's that? What's that scream?"
Shouldn't you go check it out? That sounded like someone might be getting hurt.
What's going on here? Tell me what's going on.
I'm gonna be like,
I don't know, but it sounds like... I honestly don't know, sir, but it sounds like someone was getting hurt.
What do I do?
I'm actually gonna sort of call out, "Oh God, no!" In almost that, not quite that affected a voice, but just like generally. so that there's a voice coming from down here.
Yeah. You Stormbringer, you see him just doesn't know what to do. He's like frozen for a second. And then he drops his light crossbow and then runs in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna kind of stare at him. Are there any other guards over by me and Burbage right now?
You see several now. Coming
Are they-
down,
At this, I'm gonna also whip around the corner. This way!
Do the guards see us?
they're running toward you. You don't know if they see you or not.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
just get out
gonna
of here.
run towards Charity with Burbage on my back.
Excellent. Yeah. With him on your back. Okay. So you both.
Well, I
get
don't think he ever
to-
got off, right?
Yeah, you both get to about here, and you're running past the main doors of the Blue Fort Inn. When the doors sort of fly open, you just barely catch the. It looks like the Windmaster is just about to come out, though you don't think he saw you yet.
Am I on the side closest to Charity, or would I have to pass in front of the doors?
You have already passed through. Yeah,
And is he
by the doors.
is he still in the doorway?
Yes.
Like he hasn't stepped out?
Right.
Thaumaturgy, the door closed.
Okay, the door slams closed behind you.
And I'm just going to shout, we need to get away, we need to get away, stealthy, 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 get away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go after Charity.
I'm going to
and then
roll around that corner.
As
basically.
soon as I'm around that corner, I can talk. I'm going to basically be trying to sneak.
All right. Whoever wants to sneak, give me a stealth check. You should be able to do this from the cat as well, and the cat should have good stealth. All right.
Burbage is still on me. Does he need to try to sneak?
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah. He'll still need to sneak.
So it's just a stealth check.
Check. Yep. And can you do that with the cat?
I can, but the cat doesn't have stats.
Oh, okay.
So
That's weird. Oh,
It's probably stealthier than a +1.
yeah, I think it's a plus 4.
So that's a 15 then, basically.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
easy.
We're all 15.
Easy.
Strange.
Actually, yeah. So you disappear around the corner and have now gone into a few back alleys. In Burbage, we're getting toward the area you know a little bit more. So you know some alleys to kind of duck into, and you make it about up to here before you feel confident that no one's really following.
Sorry. You make it to about here, middle of the river. Until you're confident that no one's followed you because no one's a damn fool enough to jump in the
Because you're
river.
Dead. And Burbage, if you kept on going north, you would get next to your place pretty soon.
Yeah, I realized that 5 minutes ago.
Just making sure.
But so, I mean, we haven't really talked about the nature of my place, so to speak, in the river slums. Do you have a sense
Right.
of that?
Yeah, you rent a small room above a butcher.
Okay,
It's very cheap and it smells kind of bad, but
Cool.
it's easy.
So, as we've gotten along to here, and we feel like we're not necessarily being followed, so we don't need to move super stealthily. At this, I'm going to be like, okay, so clearly the places that we've lived aren't safe.
Yeah.
But so far, the safest of them has been mine. I suggest we get back to the Sandkeeper's Quarter now.
that's not been the safest. The whole family got kidnapped from there. Listen,
well, we didn't.
listen. I know these streets. I know where we are, and you've all gotten to show off where you're staying. I want to show you my place.
They didn't get to... There was a trap!
There was a dead body, and it wasn't mine.
Yeah, but you all got cool notes in your rooms.
What? Speaking
I
of
want to go
note,
get mine.
meow.
what does it say?
Yeah, Stormbringer, I bet your note says
Stay
Stay
away.
away from
Stay away
Ponway.
from Ponway.
Is that what it
Drum roll,
says?
please. It does. That's what it says.
I like that, like, all of us, like, in unison said that. I pictured the cat going, meow, meow, meow.
Does it look like the same handwriting as Charity's note?
Briefly, as you're sort of walking, yeah, it does look both Vimeris and yeah, it looks pretty similar.
I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's seen my note.
Your note is now a part of you, so...
Yeah, I'm a cat, and I've not mentioned that I even went to...
Look, Burbage, if you want a cool note, you can have my note, and I'll hold
Guys.
the note out to him.
It's not about the note. All right, listen.
Then why did
know,
you say it was about the note?
Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
just say
confused.
things. That's what I do. I just
Not on...
say what comes.
Charity's gonna kind of nod his head to side. It's not inaccurate.
Listen, I'm not entirely convinced that people knew where I was staying. I'm kind of a criminal. I keep to myself. I don't know if you gathered this, but I
Wait, you're a criminal?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that. I thought you might have gathered that on your own. But I steal
Oh.
things, so I keep kind of a lower, you know, what is the word I'm looking for?
Profile?
Profile. That's it. Thank you, Charity. And so perhaps the criminal's room might be the safest of them all right now.
I don't think we're really dealing with keeping a low profile generally, and I'm relatively sure that anyone who kidnapped an entire family and put a dead body in a frame-up is likely to be quite familiar with underworld connections.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
These are not generally the actions of the law-abiding.
Look, I don't think we have a better option right now. This is the direction we're headed. I'm right up here. My room is above the butcher shop. We can at least go and maybe gather more information. I'm not entirely enthusiastic about going back to the Sandkeeper's quarters, where there's kidnappers and gnomes and gangs that tried to kill us last time we were there.
Technically, the gang
So look-
wasn't in the Sandkeeper's quarter.
Plus, I've got some things to get from my room anyway, so how about this? I'm going to my room. Anybody who would like to join me on the way is welcome to come with. All right?
Charity, where are you going?
I'm straight up
Where are you
walking away with the cat on my shoulder. Like, no. This already went poorly enough when we went back to one other person's room.
I'm gonna put my hand on Burbage's shoulder, not like I'm gonna pick you up again, like I'm finally respecting your bodily autonomy, maybe, sort of. And I'm kind of holding you in place, but not like forcefully, and I'm gonna look at you and go, Burbage, we're friends, we're a tribe, we should all stick together. What if we
Yeah.
go back to Charity's place and then go to your place tomorrow? I'm trying to look like I'm giving you a really like I'm almost like giving you a playful look, like I'm, like puppy dog eyes or something,
I just
which looks
don't-
weird in a Goliath face.
I just don't understand why Charity thinks his place is so much safer than anywhere else right now.
I don't know, but I think maybe it would be safest if we all stuck together.
You do see some more guards sort of across the river running down sort of south along the banks. Don't take this as me pushing you somewhere, but Burbage's place is up pretty close away from the danger, and Charity's is going straight through the danger to get over there, if that changes anything.
I don't think that changes anything for the cat or I.
I'm gonna kind of say, Burbage, we should go tell Charity that side's not safe anymore, and then I'm sure he'll listen. Hopefully.
Listen, you go tell him. You try to get him. That's fine. I'm going to my room. It's above the butcher's shop.
I don't know where
join
that
me.
is. I've never been on this. I don't hang out over here.
All right. All right, fine. Let's go try to get Charity, but if he doesn't
Okay.
agree to come with us, I'm leaving.
Okay, fair. So I'm gonna go and try to catch up to Charity.
All right. It's difficult to tell which direction he went at this crossroads here.
It would be relatively easy to tell that I didn't go right.
Why?
Maybe.
Well, because it's an empty alleyway. At least they would know that I'm not along that street.
Right, you can see right
Yeah.
or left, and you don't
Okay.
see Charity.
Andy, I'm going to use my familiarity with these alleys to just
Uh-huh.
know that he went that way.
Okay.
That seems valid.
That seems valid. Yeah, it makes
It's
sense.
also
Okay,
closest
there you
towards
see
me.
him. Yeah.
And I'm going to
Now you
Okay.
see
Yell
both
out.
Charity.
Charity! Turn around!
You see one of the windows open from one of the buildings up here, and a old gnome sort of shouts back out into the alley, "Shut up!"
I'm gonna shout back, sorry.
Was that the
and now
cat
I'm going
hissing?
to whisper shout.
Yeah.
I'm whisper shouting, Charity! Come back here!
Charity, listen. There are guards all around us in this area, all right? I will go back to the Sandkeeper's quarters with you, but right now the most important thing for us as a group, if we're going to stay together and stay safe and stay alive, is for us to go to where I'm familiar with, which is my room. We don't have to open any doors or set off any traps. We'll do things very carefully and cautiously, like you like to do, Mr. Goodest Tiefling. But we need to do it, and we need to do it now. So let's stay
Stormbringer's
together
Nodding along
It's-
with you.
and follow me, all right? Trust me. Can you just trust me?
For whatever reason, I'm purring.
Oh,
Nose with a
Trust.
cat.
Those words, they
trust,
reached me.
trust.
And
Charity
You
is
have a
going to
purring
come
cat.
forward, and for just a second, you almost see the eye patch flicker away,
Oof.
and the feathers start to form. You have spectacularly failed to make yourself trustworthy, Master Kemp. You should reflect on the actions you take on a daily basis if you want to lay any claim to my trust. I have kept you alive time and again. Do not condescend to me. If you
Okay.
value so much your room, very well. We shall go there. We shall go there and we shall see what we see.
I've hopped off your shoulder, and I'm not on Burbage. I'm
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no square.
Yeah.
You guys,
All right.
Now
we're
I'm scared
supposed to be
purring.
a family. We're supposed
I'm
to be
just-
friends. We're a
I'm just-
tribe.
I'm just staring down Charity, like I'm just standing my ground and I'm just staring him in the eyes, like really kind of angry.
All right.
And
Do you,
I'm gonna
as a
say,
group head- Oh, go ahead.
yeah, Charity, you pretend to be Mr. Perfect, making all the right decisions all the time, always helping, always doing the right thing, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. But maybe when we get back to my room, and maybe if anything needs to be unlocked or a trap needs to be unset, maybe you could help us out with those thieves' tools of yours, huh? Don't think I didn't notice. Don't think we all
Yes,
don't know
I
that you have
could. I could do that. That is
Yeah, you-
something well that I could.
you've got your secrets and your past and scars all over your body.
If you
Let's
ask,
get out of here.
if you ask
No
anyone, very well.
Not listen. I don't care. Follow me.
You very quickly and kind of quietly and awkwardly make your way up through the river slums.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm a cat right now.
Stormbringer just looks like really upset. Like she's not even like focusing on the surroundings anymore. She's really, really upset that people are upset.
It's very dark, and a lot of people have started to kind of turn in for the night. As you reach the butcher's, there's a small stairway on the outside of the building that leads up to kind of your tiny apartment.
At some point, I've chosen Stormbringer as my ride.
Nice.
Do I
Seems like
know
a
the
good idea.
butcher? Do I know the
Yeah.
butcher well?
Yeah.
Can I talk to the butcher and see if he or she has
Yeah,
seen
he's-
anything strange?
He's wrapping stuff up for the day, but he goes, "Oh, Burbage, no, nothing strange, nothing weird. Why?"
I don't know. I'm just with some friends and we're feeling a bit jumpy. We've had a long day.
Oh.
And their rooms
Well-
got ransacked, and so I was just, didn't
That's
want to
weird.
come back to my own room being ransacked, that's all.
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know me. I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay? You just go on up. It's fine.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Sure.
And as a cat, do I smell anything?
I'll give you a perception check.
Okay.
And Burbage, yeah, you feel that's normal. Yeah, he's acting cool, and everyone around here is really secretive anyway. No one's gonna say anything to anyone.
Okay.
And Vimeris, no, you don't smell anything weird. Everything
Okay.
smells actually delicious.
All right. I'm gonna tell the group to stay here while I go upstairs to my room, because if there is any kind of trap, I'll deal with it.
I'm
And
going to actually. You're going to see Charity. I'm sorry. It has been a very long day so far. I spoke out of turn. I agree that your plan works best. You know this place best. Is there anywhere we should stand and keep watch?
Yeah, stand by the window, stand by the door, and you don't have to be sorry. You're right. I do fail spectacularly time and time again, so don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna go check my room, and yeah.
At this, actually, I'm going to, for just a second, stop you and reach out, and once again, do that.
Okay.
This should help should you encounter a need for it.
All right.
So I'd like to go upstairs to my room.
You climb up the stairs. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll do an investigation check on the door.
Okay, give me a check. You feel pretty good. Yeah, you don't see anything wrong with the door.
I open the door, just kind of with a devil may care kind of fuck it attitude.
Excellent. You open the door. The room is quiet. It's soft. It's exactly how you left it. There is a small note in the door that flitters to the ground as you open the door, and it's now in your inventory.
Okay, I'm going to read it. Master Burbage Kemp.
Are you going to read it out loud?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I do like the image of you sitting up in your room, like, alone, just being like, Master Burbage Kemp, like, reciting in this very formal, like, newsreader voice.
All right, I read the letter and I put it in my pocket.
Hear you go. Okay. I want to hear what you do with that letter.
Oh, wait,
Okay. No, you just put it in your pocket? Without saying, oh, fuck. I feel like you go, oh, fuck.
I don't say oh fuck. I just kind of,
Okay.
you can see that my face is like very kind of straight, but there's like if a face could gulp, like you would see my face kind of gulp.
Oh god, now I'm just picturing horrifying, like, disfigurement for your face to do this.
If it helps, I also just gulp, like in my throat. And
that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us or our streams, our company, or upcoming projects, you can visit us at helpfulgoat.com. Follow us on Twitter at helpfulgoat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thanks so much for watching. We immensely appreciate it. From all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Meow.